Hello and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Patreon. For the football season, we got something special in store. NFL Pick'em Week 1 edition, our first Pick'em of the year, will be on Patreon and every single one moving forward. How you guys doing?
Doing pretty damn good. Got some food in my system. I made a start almost an hour late.
Give or take.
So I appreciate you guys being very, very patient with me. But that food fucking went on 10. It was fucking incredible. It was extremely, extremely good. But I'm excited for Pick'ems. I'm excited for this football season tomorrow. Arguably the best day of the season. Arguably the best day of the year. Excuse me. It's going to be electric. I'm absolutely thrilled and I can't wait. Dude, it's not that cold. Can you get a fucking grip?
I'm anemic.
You're anemic.
Yes.
What'd you just say?
I'm anemic.
Got it.
You said something different.
No, I actually said I'm anemic.
I heard bunemic.
I heard that as well.
I just said it fast. I'm anemic.
Our Riv is freezing.
I'm cold as shit, bro.
He's shivering his
When
teeth.
I tell you it's the nicest it's been in this room.
It is nice.
I'm not this. Listen,
does
I'm not complaining. I'm just telling you, I'm cold as shit.
You're not complaining, but you're going,
Fuck, do you want me to do? Stop? I can't.
yes, that's exactly what I want you to man the hell up.
I mean, I'm here.
Said be a man.
I'm here. I'm doing the show.
All
I
right.
could bitch and be like, it's
Let me
too
ask
cold.
you, would you guys agree that that was a form of bitching?
A little bit.
Be shivering?
Yes.
That was my body.
little
I
bit.
couldn't stop that. That's my body shivering. I really can't
I
stop
think you
that.
can control it, bro.
I can hold it, but then I'll just be looking stupid. Yeah, I can't do that. That's insane.
Fair enough.
First game of the season is tomorrow, Lions versus Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm going to cream.
We talked about this game a little bit on last episode, but we didn't give our picks for them. Lions versus Chiefs, who you got? Round table. I'm going to start with you, Riv.
I am gonna go with the Chiefs. Dehls, he told us a stat last show. He was like, they haven't lost since 2014 or some shit like that.
Jake Locker.
Yeah, and Mahomes is just Joel's ran out some stats that Mahomes is actually God on week 1.
Yeah, he is.
And no Kelsey, no Chris Jones. They still got a young, nice secondary offense. We're gonna see some bright spots from them, some breakouts in that game. Detroit's coming. The underdog is there. I think Detroit, they're probably looking at this game as a statement game. They want to make it be very known that they're here. They're ready to take over division. But I think, the Chiefs is just a different monster. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
Right now, this line is at +5.5 for the Lions. I'm intrigued by that line.
I bet you are.
I think this game is going to be a shootout.
We hope so.
The Lions' offense last year was a top 10 unit. The Chiefs' offense, we know what Mahomes and Reed, they're perfect. So, really, this can get into the 30s, into maybe the low 40s. This is the type of game that is going to be.
Yeah, I fucking need that. I need that terribly bad.
And this could be decided by the one and only Harrison Butker. Last year, coming off a down year, but he's been one of the league's best kickers. What a way to make a statement in week 1 if he gets to attempt the game-winning field goal and he hits it. I think it's a huge confidence booster for him if that could happen. I'm going
You
with
really
the Chiefs.
think of everything.
Yeah.
Because who the
going
fuck
with the
would
Chiefs.
mention Harrison Butker in a
Nuts.
pick 'em?
He's been one of the best kickers in the league.
Is
Yeah,
Matt
yeah.
Prater?
Screw
That's
him.
fine. Who's the Lions kicker?
Matt Prater.
It's still Matt Prater?
No, Patterson.
Riley
Yeah,
Patterson.
yeah,
Another
right.
another
Facts,
Madden
facts.
thing. The Raiders have 2 superstar kickers and punters.
That's nuts.
AJ Cole and Dan Carlson, I believe.
Dan Carlson's the best kicker in
Carlson's
football.
a dog.
Yeah, they both have superstar.
He's
They're
not
actually
Packers.
the
He's
best
after
players
his
on the
brother.
Raiders.
Say it one more time.
The Packers drafted Carlson's brother,
Really?
Andres Carlson. I'm pretty sure they're related. They look exactly alike.
Drafted him.
Mhm.
That's heat.
Yeah,
He's
think
nice.
He's coming from Auburn.
Kyle Allen and Josh Allen look exactly alike.
You said they were brothers, right?
Yo, bro, let me ask you a question.
They look exactly alike.
I'm tweaking Sebastian Janikowski. Is he a first-round pick?
He was.
Fire.
He was.
Okay, yeah.
And
Andres
Ray Guy
Carlson.
was, I think, a first or second round pick, too. They took him.
Well,
I mean, Sebastian Janikowski is an all-time great kicker.
what happened to Marquette King? What's that?
He's a punter. He used to play for the Raiders and the Broncos. We cut him. That was idiotic.
I don't think he's in the league.
He's not in the league.
Not in the league no more.
Nah.
Hate that
He
for
was.
him.
He was.
I heard he was one of them ones.
He was
Like,
elite, though.
He was mad good on the Raiders.
So the Packers, Andres Carlson, 6th round in this past draft, 2023.
That's
6th
lit.
round, pick 207.
Yeah.
You think he looks like Daniel Carlson?
He does. I can definitely tell it's his brother.
Okay.
Let me see.
When I seen him.
He just looks mad young.
Is it locked his brother?
I'm forgetting what Daniel
No, it's
Carlson-
locked his brother. Yeah. I searched it up right now. It's his brother.
Okay, now, wait, go. Let me see Andres for a second. Oh, yeah, now they look alike. They look like for sure.
Definitely.
They're 100% Stamp Brothers. Yeah,
for sure.
All right, so you're going Chiefs regardless.
I'm going Chiefs. Money line for sure. Spread, I kind of like the Lions here. I'm not going to lie. Like, at the end of the episode, when we talk about our favorite spreads, this might be mentioned there.
Yeah, you kind of pissed me off with this last-second pivot of only doing money line again because I was ready to cash in. Lines were definitely locking.
That could be one of your picks later.
It wasn't last minute.
It was.
We didn't even agree on the spreads.
We did. We did that yesterday.
On the show, we did agree on spreads.
No, on some spreads, yeah.
No, I thought it was. I thought it was all spreads.
All spreads.
I thought it was all spreads.
I apologize, you.
How about you spread them?
But listen, we know you're getting into your betting bag this year, so I understand why you want to do spreads.
Yeah, that was
kind of crazy.
Yeah,
that was fake, a little wild, but we're here.
Now, Andrew want to get into his deep betting bag.
I am. I'm ready to spend some money this year and win some money. On the show, I did say I believe that the Lions could upset them. I do. I do feel very strongly about that. I am concerned with the fact that when Mahomes did play without Travis Kelce, he absolutely put on a clinic against the Pittsburgh Steelers. This Detroit defense, it's gotten better. It definitely improved in the secondary. This one's tough, but I still am going to go and pick against the Kansas City Chiefs and not care. I'm picking the Detroit Lions to win this game.
Going money line straight.
I'm going money line and spread. Okay. Spread's locked. The money line, TBD.
When I think it was towards the end of last episode, I said Ben Johnson, Andy Reid, it's going to be one of the best offensive matchups of the year. So I do think it's going to be a high-scoring game. It's funny, we saw Bosa get signed, kind of the Niners take care of his deal. We're like, it's week one. We can't fuck around. And the Chiefs are over here still fucking around with Chris Jones.
Yeah, that money was nuts.
But I think the Chiefs win 5.5, though. I wouldn't lay those points. I would either take the Lions plus 5.5 or probably just not bet the game. Because I do think the Lions have enough to keep up with the Chiefs. And the Chiefs' defense is going to be terrible without Chris Jones. So the Lions are going to put up
terrible?
points. Yes. I think it's going to be pretty bad.
Didn't he show the stat last episode about how without Chris Jones, they're one of the worst defensive lines in the league? With him,
he had Draymond Green like impact. Yeah.
Correct.
The thing about that, though, is
secondary is good.
They haven't been without Chris Jones with this talent on defense yet. Because Chris Jones hasn't missed a game in God knows how long. He barely misses games. Trent McDuffie, Snead, Nick Bolton. The defensive line's not going to be able to generate pressure, but I don't know, man. Like, I don't think the Lions are going to go down every possession and just score on the Chiefs. I don't think
like
that's
the Eagles were able to do.
You just said this game could be in the low 40s.
He definitely said that. That would mean that they'd have to go down pretty much every drive.
That means damn near every drive you're scoring.
In the third quarter, can one possession be a punt?
Oh, you're being picky.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. They'll punt every once in a while. But I don't know. What's the over under? 52.5?
52.5. I'm going over that.
I would say, I think I like the over there.
For sure.
Hammer.
I'm going over that. Yeah.
The next matchup's very intriguing. This is one I love.
The 49ers versus the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Steelers at home.
Upset alert?
Steelers at home.
You like this one, don't you?
I do like this one. Yes.
Pick the Steelers.
Huh?
Pick the Steelers.
I'll take the Steelers to win at home.
Steelers last year did upset
the Bengals.
49ers lost to the Bears.
Shit.
49ers lost to the Bears last year, week 1.
Because of Trey Lance.
Monsoon.
It was a monsoon.
It was a monsoon for
but
both
regardless,
teams, bro.
Yeah, Fields was not good either.
Yeah.
Fields did have a long touchdown, didn't he?
The 49ers definitely take some time to mesh. They're a second half of the season type of team.
They have the same players almost every year.
Yeah, but they're always a second half of season type of team. In 2021, Jimmy Garoppolo, second half of the year, they went on a win streak. This past year with Brock Purdy getting a CMC in there. I think Brock Purdy throws 2+ interceptions this game. I'm going with the Steelers in this game for the upset. I think this is the first game we're like, oh my God.
Like Purdy
he
sucks.
was a 7th round pick.
I'm crying.
You know what? This shit is sad. It continues on. They hate for my boy. You know, he actually recovered well from that UCL injury.
Still a serious injury, though.
It was. No,
he got back quicker than anticipated.
Yo, Riv, you need that Brock Purdy jersey, but instead of Purdy on the back, you need the Mr. Relevant.
Per dick?
Okay. I mean, that's not where I was going. However, I see your vision.
So you're going with the Steelers.
You kind of hate the Steelers this year, Riv.
No.
You kind of have no choice, bro.
You have the Ravens as the 1 seed. You have the Browns making the playoffs.
But I did have the Steelers pretty high ranked in my rankings.
Are the Bengals making the playoffs?
Yeah, I had
the
the
Bengals
Bengals
in
getting
the
it.
playoffs.
I had the Steelers at like 10-7.
That should not even be a question.
Sounds like
the Steelers are a good team. No, I genuinely fuck with the they're a good team. They have a good program over there. You know, Mike Tomlin's doing some great things over there. Defense, TJ Watt, all that, Minkah Fitzpatrick. That shit is all cool and shit. But not beating the Niners. Okay, it's an upset. I'm a little nervous because the Steelers, you know, at home, that defense is elite. TJ Watt, when he does play, this team is a playoff team, so you know you got to be scared. But Brock's got a full off season with them boys, man. We locked in. I don't think Kittle is playing though. From I don't think he is playing.
I think he's expected to be out.
But
Bosa's gonna be.
Bosa's got the money, so now that he has his money,
bread.
thank heaven, Jesus.
He got what 30, 35
34.
a year? 34.
He got what he wanted.
Got what he deserved.
Now he's gonna lock in and win Defense Player of the Year again.
He might. He definitely might. I'll tell you what. I understand where you guys are coming from. Steelers, they're a cute team for sure. I just think that week 1, it's a tough matchup for their offense to try and show us what we think they can be. I don't think that this is the game for the Steelers to show that to us. Like, I have Najee in a good amount of leagues. I don't feel great starting him in any of them. Like, I know Najee's a really great running back. I don't know if you guys care about semantics. Good, great. I really like Najee Harris, but against this Niners defense, I don't like this matchup, not at all. So with that being said, I'm taking the Niners, and I'm going to still take the -2 spread also.
The reason why I like the Steelers so much is that I feel like their defensive line has a chance to wreck this game up. TJ Watt, this is a stat. He kind of has that Chris Jones impact. Well, he does have the Chris Jones impact.
He's better than Chris Jones.
That's arguable. He's Defensive Player of the Year. He's won it before.
He's one of them once.
In weeks 10 to 18, when TJ Watt was healthy, they ranked 12th in EPA per play versus 31st in EPA per play without him in weeks 2 to 9. Week 1, remember, he had 2 interceptions on Joe Burrow. I believe it was, and they upset the Bengals.
Yeah, boy choked.
Yeah, I mean, that was his only bad game of the season, really.
That happens. You know,
and then after week 5, they became the best team in the NFL.
Week 1, he threw 4 picks, right? That shit was crazy.
3 or 4.
It was 3. It was 3. It was 3. It was 3.
It was 3?
It was 3.
Okay. Yeah. I think this defensive line has a chance to wreck this game up. The tackles are good. Trent Williams is good. They lost Mike McGlinchey, though, so maybe that's a weak spot in the
TJ Watt's going to line up there.
He's that's a mismatch. I don't love the interior of the 49ers offensive line. You still have Cameron Hayward there. That's why I think this defensive line has a chance to wreck this game up. This is arguably the best defensive line, at least in the interior, and maybe even the edge, depending on where you rank TJ Watt and Micah, that the 49ers, Brock Purdy specifically has faced. You know, that's going to be a different environment for him, recovering off the elbow injury.
Dallas is pretty nasty.
They are. That's why I said interior.
He played Dallas and Eagles back to back.
But the Eagles, he got injured.
The Eagles, he didn't even play half.
Yeah. He did play Dallas, though, you know.
And wasn't good in the game.
He wasn't bad, though.
Well, Joe Burrow wasn't good week 1, you know.
And
Purdy not good week 1 in his life, you know. He could follow a path, you feel me? Path of greatness.
Listen, I understand where you guys are coming from. It's not a bad pick to pick the Steelers at all. Listen,
I'm going to be pissed if the Steelers win.
Vegas even has it very close to
aggravated.
2.5.
It's plus 2.5.
And wait, hold. What? You said 2 interceptions. Bro,
2+, yeah.
2 plus, so he can get the 3, is what you're saying.
Yeah. This could be a bad game.
All right,
this could be a bad game.
He's looking to cash that Sam Darnold starting early this year. That's what he's looking for.
I can't wait. All right, okay. I'm gonna hold you to that.
I'm gonna be tuned into this game.
Me too. I'm gonna lock in for sure.
Next game, the Falcons versus the Panthers. The Panthers are on the road. They're facing Atlanta. The line is 3.5 in favor of Atlanta.
I think I'm going with the Falcons to win. They're at home. Bijan Robinson, week 1 is going to come in. I think he makes a statement. I think Arthur Smith, the game plan is get that man the ball, and let's see what he could really do, because he's the guy that I think throughout the season we're going to see his role grow. But week 1, he's still going to be one of the most used running backs in the NFL. And I don't like what I've seen from the Panthers this preseason. Bryce Young has been getting beat up. It happened against the Jets. Left and right against the Jets, he was getting thrown around. Against the Giants, he was getting beaten up some too. He showed some good things as a passer. He had a couple really nice throws, throwing with anticipation. But I think week 1, even though the Falcons aren't known for a pass rush or anything, they made a couple moves defensively this offseason. Calais Campbell. I think they're going to be a bit too much for this Panthers team. Rookie quarterback. Frank Wright's a great coach, but still first year with this team. Bit more time to mesh. And was it Drake London was hyping up Desmond Ridder? He said you only saw 4 games from Ridder last year. He's like, you didn't see the real Dez. So maybe Ridder's got something in store.
Oh,
but
boy, yapping.
I like the Falcons.
Let me ask you a question, bro.
3.5 is that half, because I think it's like a 3-point game.
I was thinking the exact same thing when I was looking at the line. Did the Falcons name Desmond Ridder as a captain?
I have no idea.
Because you know who actually got named as a captain?
Kyle Pitts?
Sam Howell.
He did.
Sam Howell got named as a captain.
So did Aaron Rodgers.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, what the fuck? Well, why did you mention that?
Did Russ? Of course. Okay, word.
Fields also. Just add that in there.
Did you look it up? Did he have it?
Who?
Is Desmond a captain or no?
Oh, I see.
All right, appreciate that. I'm with you, Joel. I don't love this line. 3.5 is definitely an interesting one. Like this one's 3.5, but the Niners and the Steelers is -2. That's kind of puzzling to me. I do believe the Falcons will win this game for essentially all the reasons that Joel just listed. Bryce's first game, I'm hoping to see some good things from him.
He is not a captain.
He's not.
It's
Yeah,
Grady Jarrett,
not
Jesse Bates, Younghoe Koo, Jake
Younghoe.
Matthews,
The
and
kicker.
Chris Lindstrom.
Shout out to
The
Younghoe.
kicker is the captain over the quarterback.
He's one of the best kickers in the league.
He's one of the
You
best.
usually have, I don't know, teams do it differently. Like the Jets have one offense, one defense, one special teams, and then like one special one per.
Okay.
But like other teams have like 3 on one side, 3 on the other. I don't know how.
I mean, all those players deserve to be
Decided,
captains, though.
yeah.
Jake Matthews has been there forever. Chris Lindstrom's the best guard in the NFL.
Your boy
Jesse Bates at safety.
your boy's not a captain, bro.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, that does not matter to me one bit. Zach Wilson was named captain. He was the worst quarterback in the league last year.
He was named captain.
Zach Wilson was named captain.
Yeah,
Some teams just reserve a captain spot for the quarterback. Atlanta does it differently.
Damn, not Atlanta though.
Doesn't matter to me. You're telling me somebody being named captain matters.
That means he has great leadership. He has great
He's got
leadership
staying in the
qualities.
locker room. That's
Great
all I'm
leadership
gonna say.
qualities. You know,
Hey,
Brock,
Zach had some staying in the locker room.
you know Brock Purdy's the captain.
That's cool.
You know why Zach
named
had
captain?
staying in the locker room, right?
Yeah,
Because he was
I know.
fucking with them moms.
They were loving
And they
him
respected
after
the fuck out of him.
He's
They
handsome,
were
man.
loving
All
him.
I care about is winning games, and I think the Falcons are going to win this game. I actually like this line for them, 3.5. I think they do win by more than 4 points in this game.
Mm-hmm.
The Panthers' offense
I feel similarly.
has shown me nothing in the preseason
Correct.
to tell me they're going to be able to move the ball efficiently. The Falcons bolstered the interior of that defensive line, and Atlanta is going to be able to chew clock, run the ball, make timely passes, play action. And really, the Falcons secondary isn't nothing to rave about, but versus the Panthers receivers, we're talking about A.J. Terrell versus Thielen or Chark. Jeff Okuda taking the other guy. I mean, it's not hard to shut down these Panthers
Chark
receivers.
coming back week 1?
He might not. He makes no difference for me in this
Bro, it's
game
3 days.
regardless.
Hopefully Jonathan Mingo makes some noise in his
He will.
day
He
one.
should get opportunity.
And
He'll
also-
cook AJ Terrell.
We can't forget about Frank Reich.
Okay.
Frank Reich, in the beginning of the season, is always bad. Since his days in Indy, even when he had talented rosters, they take about 5 weeks to really mesh and now get things going. With Andrew Luck in 2019, they went 0-5 to begin the season. So for me, I'm going to go with the Falcons. I'm going to go with this line at 3.5. I think they win this game.
I'm going to try to do a line for every game as well. But I'm with you. I am going with the Falcons -3.5. They should be able to score easier on the Panthers as opposed to the opposite
Is
way.
Brian Burns playing or he's going to hold out?
Chelsea took Burks. Oh my God.
Wow.
Jeez, she is my son. For that.
What was I going to say? Burns, didn't he just recently get a designation? I'm blanking.
I know they was talking about his contract and he wants the bag.
That's what it is.
He wants 26 to 27
Yeah,
million
I think
a
he's
year.
holding out. Don't know, but I think the Falcons cruising this one. I think they win by a good amount of points, touchdown at least. Just from pretty much everything you guys said, the offense will be clicking. Bijan, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Desmond Ridder, and then defensively they made some modest improvements. The Panthers aren't going to get it clicking week 1 with a rookie quarterback and receivers that he still has to gel with. So I think the Falcons comfortably win this game.
So Brian Burns,
is practicing.
yep, correct. He returned to practice today.
That's my dude. I like Brian Burns.
You're taking the Panthers?
No, it's the Falcons. What
Okay.
the fuck? Okay. Yeah, by a touchdown. I think they win comfortably.
Okay.
Texans at Ravens.
We can skip this, right?
This is -10. A 10-point swing for the Ravens.
Opening day. I will say we've seen the Ravens kick ass on opening day
We
before.
have.
Yeah.
The Ravens are gonna beat the shit out
Lamar
the Texans.
breakout
Was
year
against the Dolphins.
Miami. He
That's
had
the shit that had
5-6
Minka
touchdowns, right?
Did you remember
requested trade.
he was sitting in the Like the block was so great. He was sitting back there for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that was insane.
Yeah.
I remember I was working at the Jets game that day, and when I just had it up on my phone on Red Zone while I was working. I see him just touchdown after touchdown after touchdown. I was like, yeah, we're in for a special season, bro. He was insane.
He was mad good.
Yeah, I think they beat the brakes off the Texans.
Yeah,
for sure. He has 400 yards.
Big J.K. Dobbins game. I think big Lamar game. Everyone offensively. Mark Andrews he missed 6 practices in a row last week, over the last week or two or whatever. He was limited today at practice. He'll probably play, but I don't know if he's 100%. Even if he is, they might be smoking them at halftime, and he just doesn't play the second half.
Can Mark lock in?
If not, Isaiah Likely. Lock in.
Oh, my God. This is not what I need.
Likely's a dog.
He's good.
He's a dog.
-10 Ravens. Moneyline Ravens.
Yeah, that's easy.
I never love double-digit spreads. However, Texans are bad.
They're bad.
The Ravens is that good.
Yes. Number 1 seed.
Bengals at the Browns.
That's
2.5.
This is a sneaky game. This is sneaky.
I don't know if it is.
I'm taking the Bengals to win.
Agreed.
I'm taking the Bengals to win. But I don't know if anyone last year thought that week 1 game was going to be so close for the Bengals too.
I don't disagree.
Obviously, it's only 1 year. It's not like this huge sample size. But you also have Burrow coming back from his calf injury. He's back at practice. He's on pace to play. I'd be very surprised if he didn't.
Division game also.
Division game. You're bringing together a new offensive line for Cincinnati. Of course, the Browns have a great pass rush. You have arguably the best in the game in Myles Garrett. So I'm going to take the Bengals, but I do think 2.5 is respect. Like, I don't think that's like it might look like a bait line where, like, I only have to lay a field goal to be able to get the Bengals. I think it'll be a close game.
I love this line. Bengals definitely can win by a field goal. I'm not going to disrespect the Browns here because obviously that's what it sounds like I'm doing. I just understand that week 1, hey, if Deshaun is back and he puts on a light show at home in Cleveland, credit to him. Obviously, if you're a Browns supporter, you're going to be through the fucking moon. Because if you come out and you steal this game, I get it, you're at home, but you're not the favorite for a reason. Obviously, the Bengals, 2 straight AFC Championships games, one of the best offenses in the game. The secondary, there is room for improvement there. And with Deshaun Watson, if he's going to, he just came out and said, I've improved. I'm not that same old, I'm not the old Deshaun. I've gotten better. So week 1, you come out and prove it against Cincinnati. But regardless of that, 2.5, I think that's perfect. I'm going with Cincinnati, both the spread and the money line.
Based off last season, for him to say that he's gotten better, it's very confident coming from him.
I mean, that's pretty easy because he was not good last year.
Yeah, no, but he's saying he's better than he once was.
Which was last year, which I'd hope he was.
I think he's talking about the old Deshaun.
Yeah, he said, I'm not the old Deshaun. I'm even better now.
I agree. No, I took it that way, but it's even if to try and find a way to make him right.
Got to put confidence in himself.
Right, because last year, I hope you're better than what you were last year.
Who are you picking, buddy?
Deshaun might make me look really dumb. Been talking a lot of shit about him lately.
I'm picking the Bengals. This is easy for me. Last year, they did lose in week 1. They are running a different offense completely. That's why I'm not so worried about this version of the Bengals. I just feel like they found themselves. They found their groove. And I think this game is going to be an ass kicking. I think the Bengals are going to win handily.
Okay.
I think they're gonna show the entire football world that the AFC's ours this year. It's 100%
47.5 over under.
I don't know if it's 100% theirs.
I kind of like the under.
Listen, they need to see if they can win the division with Lamar staying healthy.
I think it's going to be low scoring.
Can only focus on themselves.
You think the Bengals are going to come out and just put 30 on them?
8-game win streak and what?
I don't know. I don't know about that.
What's up with this guy? Yeah, they're gonna whip the Cleveland Browns ass.
Joe Burrow has 3 passing touchdowns for me. Yeah, I'm pretty willing to say that. I think he'll have 3 passing touchdowns.
That's not the question.
I think it's gonna be lower scoring than you're expecting. Divisional
It's gonna be a grind out game for sure.
It can be. I mean, I think the Bengals are gonna come out firing on week 1.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. Something I don't know if we spoke about it enough. Orlando Brown being signed by Cincinnati, very attractive. You needed some solidarity on that offensive line. Obviously, Orlando Brown got let go, but not let go, but the Chiefs let him walk for a reason. They signed Juwan Taylor. We'll find out if that was a great exchange. However, if you're Cincinnati, you came up. So that'll be one thing to look out for. How does that offensive line hold up against a solid defensive line with the Cleveland Browns? But
the Browns beat the Bengals. They whipped their ass last year. You do remember that, right?
Yes, I do remember that. That's when... wasn't Joe Burrow terrible? Did he have 200 yards?
He had 232, 2 TDs, 1 interception.
Okay, that's not horrible. It's not great. You lost terribly though.
Doesn't matter.
Who do you got, Riv? Who do you got winning?
Come on.
You taking the Browns?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Browns here. I'm gonna go. It's my first upset of the day.
I gotta start writing mine down. I forgot about that.
Oh, Nick Chubb had a great day.
I've taken all favorites except for Detroit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Browns. I do think this will be a grind out game. Division game. Cleveland. Deshaun has to set a tone, set an example early. I do think he'll have a big game, but I just think that defense, they added some additions this offseason, and they're going to be an elite group. The secondary, I really like the secondary, and Ward, Newsome, Martin Emerson, and I do think they can cause the Bengals some trouble. I really do. This is a division game. They beat them last year, and the team has gotten better from last year. They beat the brakes off them last year, and they've gotten better from that moment.
The brakes off.
Yeah, so I do. I know it usually never does. Just like Lamar getting hurt and Bengals keep winning the division. But I'm gonna go with the Browns because I feel like they can get this W. They have to. They have to set
It'd be
tone.
a statement game. It would be big.
It is a statement game.
What a way to come out and beat Joe Burrow, right?
It's not gonna happen.
You got Cincinnati?
I got Cincy.
Are you gonna do spreads with me, or are you gonna be a punko?
I'll have spreads at the end that I like, but I don't know if I'm doing it for all of them.
You're on your own, buddy.
No dedication from anyone.
I'm going with the Bengals here. Vikings, Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are on the road for this game. 6-point line.
-6.
-6.
That's disrespectful.
You think
for
they
the
smoked
Vikings
them?
or
For the Vikings.
The Vikings torched a Green Bay last year, first week.
They did.
Torched.
They were a great team last year.
the Vikings also? I can see a world where their defense is just getting scored on.
Yeah.
By Baker.
But I think the Vikings can really
How
score
are they
up.
gonna score?
The Vikings?
No, the Buccaneers.
Oh yeah.
Baker
Rashad
Mayfield's
White,
gonna have
Baker
to lock the
Mayfield.
fuck in.
He's gonna have to lock in. That's your
I mean,
guy.
yeah.
He's
Evans
looked
got-
solid in
that's your guy.
preseason. He's looked solid.
He actually has.
So you're back in.
No, I'm not back in, but he's looked solid.
Did
Like,
I disrespect him, calling him a spot starter / backup?
No. I think it's
Okay.
fine. I don't think this offense is going to be some immovable object like you think. I think they'll be able to move the ball on the Vikings.
Well, the
They
Vikings
should be able to
They
move
should.
the ball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the Vikings.
They should
Yeah,
be.
like
I have
if
the
this was
Vikings,
San
yeah.
Fran, I'm like, okay, they might score like 3.
Do we all have the Vikings?
Yeah, all the Vikings.
No, Vikings money line for
The
sure.
Vikings should win.
I don't think we all
win.
have the Vikings though. You kind of hesitated.
I have the
No,
Vikings.
I have the Vikings.
I have the Vikings for sure.
I'm gonna keep this spread in mind though. For the
Okay,
year.
okay.
Yeah. Because it's +6. I mean,
Plus
come
6
on.
is
That's only a
big
field
number.
goal.
That's a big number.
Over and under on Jetta's yards.
I don't disagree.
700.
The
He's
spread.
getting 100.
All right.
I say 150.
150.
He's going for the
That
big.
It's a
secondary.
good
That
spread.
Who's
secondary is
guarding him? Jamal
definitely
Dean and
solid.
shit?
The
It doesn't
defense
fucking matter.
is gonna
Unless it's
get
Sauce.
stops.
Doesn't
He
matter.
didn't have a great game against the Jets.
Sauce was holding a lot.
He doesn't hold.
I'm gonna be honest. I
Get
think
good.
in
No,
order
he's great. He's the best in the game.
in order for the Bucks to stay in this game, I think they just need to score 2-3 times.
I will also say I feel like Vikings are going into the season feeling like people are forgetting about them.
Yeah.
Understanding that
Rightfully
they were a
so.
13-win team last season. So I think they're coming in to try and make a
They
statement.
also
week
lost to
one.
the Giants in the playoffs.
Oh, for sure. It was embarrassing.
So that's
Do you
probably
buy
why
into
they-
Jordan Addison being wide receiver 3?
Of course not.
Okay.
Same way I buy into Kyle Pitts being the 4th option on the Falcons. That's a
KJ
crock of
Osborne. No,
shit,
I
bro.
mean, I guess Hawk could probably get the second most targets.
No, that's
But
understandable.
wide receiver, he should clear KJ.
No, come on,
Osborne.
bro. You draft him in the first round. What the I don't understand what people's thought process is.
They like to make people earn it.
You know,
Like, that's what I feel like
I believe
coaches want.
Jettas plays PS2 this year.
It's gonna be a matchup.
That's a movie.
I think. Yeah, I'm like 70% sure.
You know what's crazy, bro? Tay was really talking all that shit the second time that they matched up. He was only talking that shit because obviously he did his thing. But the first time they matched up, PS2 had him in hell. He had him in hell. Obviously, Jettas we respect and we acknowledge that he's one of them ones. But regardless, we can't forget that. Yeah, we remember Devontae Adams talking that shit. He's not ready for it.
Yeah.
Nah, Jettas has been
He
locked up
was
a few
chatting.
times. He's been locked up a few times for sure.
I'm excited to see this Vikings defense. I think
Me
they're gonna
too.
be. I think they're gonna be bad, but I'm still excited to see them just to see, if they're gonna be as bad as I think, or maybe they surprise me. Who knows? But that's why for me, I just can't trust the Vikings stopping anybody. Brian Flores has history as being a good defensive coordinator, but you need the talent, and this is the same guy that was part of the tanking Miami team when their defense was getting scored on left and right. I don't think the talent on the Vikings defense right now versus that Dolphins team is that much different. So I have to see it with the Vikings, but I think they should win this game.
Okay.
Arizona at Washington.
Sam Howell. Here's
Love
your
this.
layup.
Love this.
Here's your layup, Sam.
-7.
Upset alert?
No.
Okay.
Why couldn't it be 6.5?
7's a tough number. But I think Washington,
I'm choosing Washington
should
to win.
dominate this
they're
game.
starting Josh Dobbs.
Jahan Dotson to the moon.
Terry
this
McLaurin
game.
was practicing today.
That's huge.
I just
So
think defensively,
he
Washington
could
shouldn't
play
allow
week 1.
much points.
Nah. Yeah, they should lock up the Cardinals.
Like, they shouldn't score more than 10 points.
With all due respect to Josh Dobbs,
He shouldn't score more than 6.
He's a second or third string on a lot of teams.
I'm not even giving him a touchdown. I think the Cardinals should get locked up.
They should.
Yeah.
All right. I guess
Commanders.
-7 isn't that bad, but
Commanders
I
-7.
just don't love solid numbers when it comes to. It's either you give me that 2.5, right? I'm cool with that. You give me the 6.5. I'm also extremely cool with that.
So Commanders.
I like Commanders.
I just like the Commanders. I'm not going to pick a spread. But
Cool.
They
I
might
like
be
Commanders.
my spread later. -7.
I can't wait till we
I'm
get
a
to that.
verge. I'm not gonna pick a spread.
Titans at Saints.
Here we go, Riv.
This is an
your
interesting
team.
matchup.
This your team.
It's at New Orleans.
That's tough. That's a tough
I'll
place.
tell you what.
Always a tough place
I'm
to
picking
play.
the Titans to win this game.
We're here.
God damn it, that's so much more difficult.
That should hurt actually. Yeah, I'm going Titans too, man. I think they steal this one. Gotta start the season right. Vrabel, D-Hop.
That's disrespect to the Titans, bro.
D-Hop versus Marshawn. You know, it's going to be fun. I'm going to take the Titans.
I understand because the Titans secondary really was abysmal last year. Michael Thomas, Chris Olave. No, it most definitely will be. But obviously in terms of run stop, we'll see what happens. I'm not expecting it. It probably will be a majority Jamal Williams. But I would like to see Kendrick get some action, especially in his rookie season while Kamara will be out. You want to see what you have in Kendrick in these first 3 weeks while Kamara is out. But regardless of that fact, disrespecting the King, disrespecting DeAndre Hopkins, Treylon Burks combination, Ryan Tannehill, disrespecting Mike Vrabel, disrespecting the run defense. It's like, come on. I get it. You know, the secondary really is terrible, but this offense should be able to put up points. The offensive line may not be great, but they should be able to get the ball out quickly, make sure that Derrick Henry, with DeAndre Hopkins, Derrick Henry should not see any stacked boxes. Like maybe if it's one of those games where they're just feeding Derrick 30 times, sure, at that point you got to make adjustments. But the game plan should not be, let's take Derrick Henry out of this game. Because DeAndre Hopkins is simply too lethal of a weapon for that to happen. And then you forget about Treylon Burks and his abilities as well. So, yeah, I'm going with the Titans +3, and I'm going with the Titans money line.
You don't think they'll just put Marshawn on Hopkins?
They
and
will
trust that?
100% just trust it. He's little, though.
But don't we feel... Let me ask you a question before I say this. Did DeAndre play a career high in the slot this past season or no?
He did.
So I feel as if you're going to do that, so then Marshawn's shadowing DeAndre wherever he goes. Treylon Burks is not a bum. We know this. Treylon Burks has shown capabilities of being a solid wide receiver one, you know, probably back-end wide receiver, low wide receiver one. But he is very talented. So I feel listen, if Marshawn, if that's what he wants to do, go all over the field, play in the slot against. I respect it.
Lock in.
I respect the hell out of that. But I don't know if that's something you want to do week 1. Is that a match? Is that what you want to do week 1?
Whatever is going to get me to do
like
the
if
job.
D-Hop, I respect it. Like if D-Hop comes out the gates and is frying, then you make that adjustment.
Because I do think the priority still for defense is stopping Derrick Henry.
100%.
I don't disagree because that's obviously been their bread and butter, even with A.J. Brown. But when A.J. Brown was on the field, that offense was fire.
Yeah, I think that the Saints, they might experiment with maybe just having 5-6 players in the box, and if they can't stop Derrick Henry, then they add that other defender in there.
Agreed.
But I do trust their corners to at least, not get torched
You're
on a
Debo
down-to-down basis.
I feel like you've told me that you're not a Debo guy.
No, I'm not. I'm a Marshawn guy. Marshawn is
How
still
could
one of
you
the
not
better
be?
corners
Absolutely.
in the league. But this is tough. A 3-point line. The Titans are underdogs. Listen, the case for them is sound. You got the better coach. At this point, can you say Tannehill is a better quarterback than Derek Carr? It's a toss-up. The defense for the Titans is better as well, at least I think from a run defense perspective.
In totality, I probably lean Saints, though. Because that secondary is horrendous, bro.
Yeah, it's a toss-up. I like the Saints here. I do. Derek Carr's first game with the Saints, new team, finally having a good defense to rely on. I like Derek Carr in this matchup. I like the Saints. Chris Olave will be a breakout receiver this year. I know he broke out his rookie year kind of because he still had 1,000 yards, but he's a great receiver in his own right. And if Michael Thomas is anything of what some reports have been talking about him, then this is a lethal combo between those two.
I really hope that Michael Thomas is back to Michael Thomas that we once knew. Obviously, it seems
tough. It is tough.
This game's. I'm looking here. Sorry, Drew. Go ahead.
Oh, good man. I mean, it seems unreasonable to ask Michael Thomas to be the Michael Thomas that led the league in receptions, broke the receptions record. That's obviously probably not doable. But I want to see him get back to playing every single game because we understand that when he's on the field, he's disgusting. 3 touchdowns in 2 games last year. That's just what he does. He's a machine. So I really hope that he can stay healthy. I really expect good things from this offense. This should be it's probably deceiving that it'll be a high-scoring game because understanding that the secondary of the Titans is not good with Olave and Michael Thomas, they're going to be airing it out. But if I'm Tennessee, I'm trying to chew as much clock as possible so that I don't give this team the opportunity to get the ball. So maybe they do see a stacked box, honestly.
Who are you picking to win, Dehls?
That's what I'm sitting here trying to figure out. You guys are talking. I'm like, I'm going to let it talk as long as I can because I can't think. The thing is, if I'm taking a spread on this, I'm taking +3 with the Titans. So that's what makes me lean Titans. But I think if I'm picking a winner, my first instinct was to go with the Saints. They're a team I've been rising on lately. I switched them and the Falcons in terms of division winner for the NFC South. I'm getting just a bit higher because I think Derek Carr is going to be fine. I know when we originally had our previews, I was kind of shitting on Derek Carr, but I still think he'll be serviceable and an upgrade from Andy Dalton, even though Dalton, if you look at some of his numbers, was decent last year. And then defensively, they've been one of the top units in the league year in and year out. I'd like the Saints defense over the Titans. They both have good front sevens, but also, like Drew mentioned, the secondary of the Saints is better. And the fact that they're at home in New Orleans, that's the 3-point edge that Vegas is giving them, and I think that's the reason I would take them to win here.
Jaguars at Colts. 4.5 line.
That's what I was saying, dude.
4.5.
I think this is another touchdown win for the Jaguars, man.
I'm taking the Jags here.
Yeah.
Jags spread and Jags money line.
If JT was here, maybe it'd be different.
Stop.
But we'll never know.
I think this Jaguars defense is going to be good this year, dude. I really do think so.
I got the Jaguars in this game as well. Eagles at Patriots.
I would love to hear from you.
I would love to hear from you.
Because you were sneaking at this, trap game, all this blah, 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 blah. Taking the Patriots? I hope you do.
The Patriots, the line right now is 4. The Patriots have an elite defense. Mac Jones is capable of moving the ball down the field.
Really?
Bill O'Brien's calling the plays now. I think this is going to be a close game. The Patriots, Eagles.
Would you be surprised if we blow them out?
I would.
Really?
Yeah.
You'd be surprised if we blow them out?
If you blow them out, text me, and you can ridicule me. You can laugh at me all you want.
Oh, that's going to happen.
Oh, you could do that. I would be shocked if they blow them out.
Okay.
What's your definition of blowing them out?
We're like 15, 20 points.
Okay. I could.
I mean, 2 touchdowns is like.
Reason with that.
Nah, 2 touchdowns it's low-key a blowout.
It's a blowout. Yeah. I don't think they're blowing out the Patriots.
So you think this is
the
going
Patriots
wire
are
to
a pretty
wire?
good team. But the AFC East this year, top 10 and toughest schedules in the NFL. Patriots are number 1.
The Patriots are going to have to put on a defensive masterclass because that offense is going to struggle. Like I have, again, I love Ramondre Stevenson. I believe he's one of the more talented running backs in the game. It's going to be tough for him to get something going unless they get him active in the pass game, which is obviously possible. But in terms of receivers, Devontae Parker, you know my opinion on him. He barely creates separation. I will give him credit. His catch in traffic is impressive. It's seeming as if Kendrick Bourne has become untouchable in trade talks. They don't want to trade him. They're trying to make him a focal point of the offense. That'll be interesting to see. I'm happy for Ezekiel Elliott. Got a report that people are worried that he will be one of those, a vulture for Ramondre Stevenson to steal touchdowns. I'm happy for him. I'm glad that he's getting another opportunity and that people are at least respecting him, especially when it comes to goal line work. Hunter Henry,
This shit screams
Mike
mid.
Gesicki.
It screams
It
mid.
is super mid.
Screams mid.
My boy Tyquan Thornton starting the season on the bro. The bet must be off, bro. Starting the season on the IR is just an invalid bet, bros. I'm sorry. I would not be surprised if the Eagles blew them out. The Eagles are just an amazing team, top to bottom. Secondary, very firm, especially going against this group of wide receivers. You don't have to worry about it specifically. The defensive line's impressive. I'm just going with the Eagles. -4. I don't love it, but I feel like they can win by a touchdown for sure.
If the Eagles lose this game, it's because Belichick devised some mastermind plan to slow down Jalen Hurts in the offense. That's the only way I see this becoming, or this game being close, because I really don't think New England's offense will be able to do much at all, regardless if it's Philly's defense or just a league average defense. I like Mac Jones, but the weapons around him, he needs to have weapons around him that he could elevate. He's not going to be able to elevate wide receiver threes, just like it's hard for any quarterback to do that, really. So I like Philly here. -4. I don't know if that's going to be on my ticket.
Be honest, bro. Is there a quarterback in the league not named Mahomes? And I want to give credit to Herbert and Trevor Lawrence. That makes average wide receivers look great.
Josh Allen?
Does he?
Gabe Davis is average.
No, I agree. I don't think that's a knock on Mac Jones, but I'm saying if this Patriots offense wants to get the best out of Mac, they should have real weapons around him.
I say this where, yes, the Jaguars did go out and get Calvin Ridley. However, Zay Jones still put up over 800 yards. Was extremely fantasy relevant. Christian Kirk, he's a very good wide receiver. I won't disrespect him, but he made him an over 1,100 yard receiver. Or they did a great job together. I know Joel hates that wording.
What's the argument with Justin Herbert?
Josh Palmer was very effective. Of course, Austin Eckler, that's not mid, but of course he gave him a ton of targets. But Josh Palmer,
So he made Austin Eckler?
no, absolutely not. But Josh Palmer, he definitely deserves credit for what he did with him.
Okay.
And
Who else?
Josh, Gayton, I'm blanking on his name.
Jalen Guyton?
Correct, because of his deep ball ability and his ability for the go ball.
Gabe Davis had 200 yards in a playoff game.
He was amazing.
He had 800 last year.
There was also expectation for Gabe Davis to be a lot better than what he is, and he's not.
They said some crazy shit about Christian Kirk.
I was wrong.
Year.
Oh, yeah?
They
That
was
was mid?
wilding on.
I said he was a wide receiver 2. He very clearly was a wide receiver 1.
He's a wide receiver 2 now?
I probably called him wide
That's
receiver
something
3.
you said. I was watching back the video. I told you I was watching back the video the other day. I said Christian Kirk is good, and I think for the contract they got him is good value. I said he's getting paid around what Kenny Galladay is getting paid.
Well,
and
he
y'all,
got like 18.
y'all two said both horrible contracts.
I mean, listen, Kenny Galladay contracts.
He's
are
working
real.
out for the Jets. God
He
bless
is.
us.
Is he really?
Oh man, that would be great.
Kenny Galladay, fuck out of here. Jason Brownlee and Xavier Gibson are better.
Last year, the Eagles, they had the easiest schedule in the NFL, but there were some close games in there. One of them at Indianapolis, the final score was 17-16. The Eagles won by 1 point. I think these teams are built similarly. The Patriots and the Colts, their defense. I think the Patriots' defense is better. I think this could be a close, grinded out game. I do.
I think
That's why I want to give the Patriots that respect. I'm gonna go upset here. I'm gonna go with the
Gardner
Patriots.
Minshew put 35 on the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm talking about the Colts game.
I'm just letting you know Gardner Minshew put 35 on the Cowboys.
Okay. At least I got the Patriots as
And that was
upset.
in Dallas, correct?
One of the
Yes,
upsets
it was
this week.
in Dallas. On the
I got
road.
Patriots as one of the upsets this week.
You just got
Foxborough is a hard place to play.
You don't even have a. You're
What do you mean? I
fucking
do
Jets
think that.
fan.
What are you talking about?
Like, what are we doing?
That's how I know it's a tough place.
This-
Like, we always
this-
lose.
Because this is straight hate. This
Nah.
is
Jets
This
ain't
is
got to
hate.
do
The
with
Patriots are a
anything.
good team.
He doesn't. He
Tua-
doesn't like the
solid team.
Patriots.
Bro,
to
you
be
understand Tua 2 years in a row has beaten Bill Belichick opening day. You
That shit
understand
does not
that?
matter to me.
It doesn't matter. But,
But
they're
the
beating the Eagles.
Eagles are.
Oh my god, yo, you gotta stop. You
Nah,
know what?
I mean, you know,
You guys.
divisional
love to suck
matchups
off
are
the Eagles.
different.
I understand
to be
from
fair.
him.
Divisional
when did
matchups are
you suck
different.
off the Giants. You
Oh,
suck
wait,
off
wait,
the
wait,
Commanders.
wait,
You suck
oh.
off the Eagles.
Whoa,
Wait,
wait,
you fuck
wait,
the Cowboys.
where does this?
You fuck
Where
every
is
NFC East
Where
team.
did this go?
Yeah,
I'm not saying you're wrong, but where did that
yeah.
go? Like, all right, he's not lying, unfortunately.
I tell the truth about those teams.
God.
I love Daniel Jones more than I love any other player in that division. Absolutely. But I respect what the Eagles do. I understand that they're an amazing team. I respect the Dallas Cowboys because they are also an amazing team. And I was a believer in Sam Howell when he was drafted. He just so happened to get drafted to the Commanders. And that is definitely not a team that I'll support. Even though they are under new ownership. So maybe I can start to think about it.
You just told me you think this game could be close.
No, I didn't.
So you don't think this game is going to be close?
I said that I would definitely not be surprised if the Eagles made this an easy-ass game.
That was one of your thoughts. Do you think this game will be close, though?
I chose...
Did he say something else?
No, I said... That's what I'm wondering.
He actually didn't.
I
He
don't
just
know.
said that. He kind of
No, Dehls, you said
talking.
you wouldn't be surprised if
I
this
said
game
that.
was close.
Yes.
Okay.
That's
So
why
you
I said I'm
think
not
this
taking
is
the
a-
-4. I
this
think
is
the
a
Eagles win, but
two-touchdown
I'm not
win
taking
for the
-4.
Eagles.
This is at least a touchdown win.
I
At
agree.
least.
This is at least bare minimum a touchdown.
Okay.
But they're gonna whip. I understand.
Oh, I love this, man.
Patriots.
I love this.
How
Trust
is
me. I
Mac
love
Jones
this.
gonna get up the field?
Watch?
Watch.
Just watch it.
No, how is he going to get
I'm
up the
moved by
field?
Kendrick Bourne and
You're
fucking
going off
Hunter
of
Henry
feelings.
and Mike
You're going off of
Gesicki?
feeling,
not
and I
going
can
off of
respect
feeling.
that.
What can we
I can respect
Tyquan's
that.
on IR, right?
I know. That's why I said our bet's off.
Oh,
Nuts.
hate to see it.
Yeah, whatever.
I can't wait. You know, I'm gonna be locked in, feet up,
W.
watching the
Thank
game. You know.
God.
W. I mean, Dobbs is hurt too, though.
He does have hamstring.
So wait-
he should be
Yeah.
playing.
He
Joel.
didn't practice today.
Joel,
Neither did Chris
Question.
Johnson.
you said that this Patriots defense could cause this trouble for the Eagles offense. You don't think this Eagles defense can cause trouble for the Patriots offense?
It can, yeah.
It's not moving you, right?
No. I mean, listen. It's gonna be
Like, what the fuck?
It's gonna. What do you mean? It's gonna be a close game.
You picked the Patriots.
The Eagles have some clear, obvious weaknesses that all season long you guys ignored that I pointed out.
What, the
We
linebackers?
The rush defense was bad last year.
And
Should be
went to
better
the
this
Super
year.
Bowl.
And that's why should it be better this year?
Super Bowl? Is that
Carter,
where you're
Jordan
falling
Davis.
out?
You're counting on Jordan Davis.
I'm
If you watch him, he
confused.
wasn't
Is
even
that
that
what-
good
He
last
wasn't.
year.
He wasn't.
was alright.
So you're counting on a Jordan Davis leap off of what?
And Jalen
Off of
Carter.
what exactly
Wait,
have you watched?
going
that
into
you
year
think
two?
Jordan
Joel,
Davis is gonna be a good
are you,
player?
Going
are
to
you
year
taking
two.
a victory lap on the Eagles because they lost in the Super Bowl last year? Like we all.
You said they have glaring.
No, their
what are the
defense-
Patriots' glaring fucking
The
weaknesses?
Eagles
a
defense,
few.
the Eagles defense, while you guys read to me, oh, they're this elite unit, they're this, they're that. I
Pretty
told you
good.
they have some pretty clear weaknesses that the Chiefs could take advantage of. That's why I said Pacheco was going to have a big time
Yes,
game.
the
Because I
Chiefs.
pointed out the rush defense was not good. They lost their linebackers, TJ Edwards and
did.
Kaiser White.
Yes,
It did.
sure.
That's a
You're
big deal.
counting on a rookie to replace Javon Hargrave, who's a star defensive
We're not. No.
tackle.
We're not counting on a rookie. We have a plethora of guys on
So
the
when
line.
Jalen
What do
Carter
the-
wins Defensive Rookie of the Year, what are you going to say?
He can. I'm not saying he can't, but it's hard to replace Javon Hargrave.
Oh, absolutely.
Javon
Absolutely.
Hargrave is
It's a
that
dog.
great of a
But
player.
we're not going to have this insane
Jordan-
drop off because we lost Javon Hargrave. Bro.
Okay, insane drop off, possibly not. We have to understand that last year the schedule was insanely easy.
Yeah.
So the teams that y'all did play good against defensively, they didn't have great offensive
I
lines.
agree.
The Patriots can run the ball on the Eagles. They will be able to run the ball on the Eagles, and that's going to set up a bunch of different stuff within the offense.
Okay. So now when we beat
like
the
the
shit out of
Eagles.
them, when we beat the shit out of the Patriots,
It's your opinion. When
No, when- and
I don't,
when-
it's not. That's
and
not
when-
going to
and
happen.
when the
offense,
offense has an
It's a 4
explosion,
o'clock game, right?
it's 425.
I don't want you to say anything.
They should have made that
Okay.
a 1
Okay.
o'clock
What's the
game.
over under?
Okay.
46. Does that say?
When you're wrong, what are you going to say?
45.
Well,
I'm
for me to
taking
be
under.
wrong, the Eagles will have to lose. The Eagles aren't going to lose.
No. For you to be wrong, the Eagles have to not stop the run. What I'm telling you right now.
Wait, I never said they
What
weren't
the
going to stop the
fuck?
run.
The Patriots can score on the Eagles because they can rush the ball, bro. They can run the ball.
They're going to have to throw that ball eventually.
If the Eagles don't beat the brakes off the Patriots like you're telling me they are, then you're wrong about this.
I'm wrong.
100%.
I'm wrong about what?
I'm not saying the Eagles can't win. I'm picking this as my upset pick. That's why it's an upset. But I think this game will be a close game.
I'm not saying that the Eagles can't win, but I'm picking against them.
Me too.
I'm not saying that the Eagles aren't going to win, but I feel very strongly
Yeah,
that New England will win.
Yeah, I mean, all right.
So
listen,
what the
That's
fuck
fine.
kind of
It's your
statement is
upset.
that?
What do you mean?
Upset pick.
That's a
That's a
valid-
cop-out fucking
that's a
statement.
you
valid
brought, you
statement.
brought up glaring weaknesses that the Chiefs, the best offense in the world, exploited.
That's a
But
valid.
you believe Ramondre fucking Stevenson
Respect him.
and Mac Jones
Respect
are going to
him.
exploit the offense?
That's a valid
Respect
statement.
Ramondre. Respect Ramondre. He's
Dehls,
amazing.
Who you got winning, the Steelers or the 49ers?
I got the Steelers.
Can the 49ers win a game?
Of course.
I mean, come on, bro.
That's
What are
more.
we
That's
doing?
more
But it's,
respectable.
I mean-
yeah, like, bro, you're talking about.
What you mean?
That statement is also
To
trash.
Vegas, the
Fuck
line.
Vegas. Hey, don't bring up Vegas.
Wait, hold up. To Vegas, the line is 2.5. For Vegas, this
Do
line
you
is
want to
4.
know why that line
So
that
that means that's
statement's
more
trash?
respectable.
Here's why the
Why?
statement's trash.
Because it goes against what you said. It contradicted what you
who's
said.
who's a better team, the Steelers or the Patriots?
It's close. They're close. The Patriots are going to have a better defense than the Steelers.
Very easily.
Not easily, but I think they will have a better defense.
As long as TJ Watt stays healthy, I feel very comfortable.
I had the Steelers above the Patriots in my power rankings, but it's not 13 to 20.
It was big difference for me. It was like 24 and 13
for me, it's 13
or something.
13
You're
to
right.
14.
Yeah, for you, you're right. You did have the Patriots high.
Yeah, he was high on the Pats. We're not as high as New England. That's why. I mean, we all had them in the 20s, I want to say.
I can pick the Patriots to upset the Eagles and also say, I mean, there's a pathway for the Eagles to win. Like, they're favored for a reason. Yeah. Riv over here is catching a fit because I don't think they're going to get blown out like he does.
No. I'm catching fit because you picked them to win.
That's
why.
That's
my upset pick.
Yeah,
that's my upset pick.
I can't wait.
Yeah, what the fuck are we expecting here? This is a debate show. You're picking a team to.
It's just shocking.
That's exactly.
I figured you was gonna go this
it's like,
route.
what are we supposed to do?
You gotta set it up.
That's the point. We're gonna argue.
Past week you
We're
set it
gonna
up like,
argue.
oh, this Patriots team is really good.
Because I feel very good that the Eagles should win this game. So of course, if you're gonna pick the Patriots, who I am most definitely not high on, I'm gonna fucking come back at you.
If it's a close game, then I mean, to me,
all right, I agree with you. Then if I'm you, I take that as a W. I'm not saying you're wrong.
That's all I said to Riv. If it's a close game, he is wrong. That's all I said.
And what's
that's
close?
What
Like under 10 points?
No, the close would be the spread.
Okay.
The close would be the spread. Which
I don't think
-4.
Good fucking luck.
I don't think they're losing by a touchdown.
Good fucking luck. You should take that. Go to FanDuel. Run with it now.
Thank you. I'll do it. Yeah. Raiders at Broncos.
We're gonna run.
Drew, you guys haven't beat the Raiders.
8 games.
8-game losing streak. Is this the one you guys win?
8 games.
You're in Las Vegas?
No, they're in
No,
Denver.
it's in Denver.
At
It's in Denver.
Yeah, we're
okay.
at home.
Oh, I like that.
We're
I
at
thought
Empower
you
Field,
said
baby.
at Raiders. Yeah, I like
You haven't
Denver
beaten
here.
them 8 times.
8 games.
It's
4 years.
Denver's -4, over under a 44, low scoring game. I could probably see that.
This is where we put the world on fucking notice.
They said
Against the Raiders.
Javonte's
This
gonna
is
have-
where we put the world on fucking notice.
I can see a 16-13 game.
All the noise this morning that we were hearing about Russell Wilson and Sean Payton gets thrown out the fucking garbage when all we talk about is Russell Wilson throwing for over 300 yards and 3 fucking tutties.
Damn.
Put the house on that. I'll sign it right the fuck now. We're winning this game. The streak ends on Sunday. I hope you're ready for a statement. It's happening.
Bro's in a diehard fight with the Raiders. You guys need help.
We're 0-8. You guys should beat them. You guys should beat them.
I'll
This
take
Raiders team
Denver.
sucks.
I'm taking Denver. You guys need help.
I'll tell you what,
-4.
PS2 is locking Tay again. He's locking Tay again. Josh Jacobs probably will have a good game. Let's just be honest. He'll probably have a good game. That being said, I feel very confident, very comfortable.
I got Denver in this one.
This is tough.
Another one.
This is a tough
I will
game.
also say, I understand to everyone here. 0-8 is real.
Nah, y'all
Russell
gotta beat the
Wilson
Raiders, man.
should throw for 300, 3 touchdowns. If he's Indy back, he should do that against this defense. I think the Raiders can move the ball. The problem with them is defensively, Chandler Jones is airing out grievances on social media. I don't feel too strongly about that. Listen, I think Josh McDaniels is a horrible coach. I think Josh McDaniels either gets fired midseason or at the end of the season. The Broncos should win this game, and I think they should win convincingly.
Yes. I'm shocked to hear you picked them.
So -4 intrigues you.
I didn't pick them much last year.
-4 intrigues you.
I don't feel great about that.
I've gotten like 7 or later on every single draft I've done.
I'm gonna take
Mahomes,
minus.
Allen,
I'm gonna
Hurts.
take +4
+4.
for sure.
Wait, you're -4.
Correct.
You're taking Raiders
Yes.
+4. Wow. Oh.
Embarrassing.
I'm scared.
If the Raiders are putting up 30 on you, man, I don't know if I'm believing in that defense at all this year.
All we have to. I said 300, 3 touchdowns. That's 21 points.
That means they need to score
That's
at least 4
21
though,
points.
if they're gonna need the.
That's 21 points.
I guess they could score 18,
Exactly.
right, and then or 19.
17, whatever the fuck.
Here we go. I got
Next
Denver.
game, buddy.
Next game.
You picked Denver?
Yeah, you picked Denver. Yeah.
Wow, guys, that means a lot to me.
We're here for you.
We're
bro.
here.
I was genuinely expecting all four,
You're on the
all
clock,
3. Excuse me.
This historically has been some bad luck, though. When we all pick one team.
Yeah, it's kind
It's
of a
been a
bad
jinx.
juju, bro. You're fucked. I'll be honest. The Denver Broncos are winning that day.
Rams at Seahawks. Cooper Kupp is out for this game. 5.5 line.
We can,
Yeah, Seattle.
Seattle,
so easy.
and I'm taking the line as well.
we can walk through this one.
It's a divisional game, but I don't know how the hell Stafford is going to move the ball with Van Jefferson, Puka Nacua.
Dehls, I had a question about your,
Cam Akers, like
Tyler Higbee. Can't forget about
facts.
him. He's serviceable.
I mean, that's tough. And that O-line sucks.
I had a question about
Couple
your
rookies, though.
your Graffy thing.
My quarterback list.
Yeah, why'd you think Stafford is a like in that bottom tier?
He can move up, But as he stands right now, he has no mobility. He can't stay healthy.
Are you referring to it because the situation is bad? Like, if he was on Washington, would you think they could make the playoffs?
The playoffs in the NFC, maybe, yeah. Okay. But I had like Geno in there and Jared Goff. You know what I mean? So it was kind of all those guys. I don't see him as a tier above by any means. You know.
Okay. You know, I look at the Rams, and before the season, very early in the offseason, Stafford, Kupp, Donald, McVay. You know what? They'll be a competitive team. They should be in games. Then as the offseason goes on, it's taking more of a look on the roster. Cooper Kupp is now hurt. Yeah, the Rams are going to be one of the worst teams in the NFL this year. They're going to be picking at the top of the draft.
Caleb Williams to L.A.?
That would be OD.
Who knows?
Gets to stay there. Gets to stay in LA with McVay. That's what we need. That's what we need.
Them jerseys is fire too.
I don't know if I want that though.
I'd be a Rams fan.
But yeah, I'm going with the Seahawks in this game. I'm going with the Seahawks.
We're just gonna let that walk.
No, I am gonna let it walk.
Okay.
Let what walk?
Because he was a part of Ramley.
I was.
Then he left. Now he's back. Nuts.
Well, they're just now.
It was a 1 year.
What am I about to push? It was a dream. It was a 1 year thing.
It was a dream.
And what am I about to push right now with the Rams, bro? There is nothing to push with the
It was a movie. You had to be there.
Right now, if you want to push for anything, it's pushing for the number 1 pick. Fire. That's what they should be.
They love mentioning the Ramley thing, fucking horns shit. When I'm right about the Chiefs and Eagles, oh shit, that shit wasn't that impressive.
That's a lie. We gave you your flowers for sure.
We didn't.
This fucking guy wants us to get over there and fucking go.
You know who brought that towel home though? This man brought that towel home.
That shit was a W.
That was tough.
He went to the worst game of the postseason by far.
Yeah, it sucked ass.
That game was cheap.
That's Cardinals, right?
Yeah, they could not move the fucking ball. Packers at Bears. This is interesting because Christian Watson is questionable.
Sure, one of the games of the week.
Romeo Dobbs is questionable. Jordan Love might go out there with no receivers.
Boo-hoo, we're not doing
Reed,
this.
Luke Musgrave, Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon.
I'm hearing a lot about Luke.
Let's get it done.
He could have a big time week 1. I wouldn't be surprised.
Are you giving me a boo-hoo moment right now?
No.
Okay.
Who are you picking?
Dumb question.
You got the Packers winning the division.
Justin Fields is setting the world on fire. And it starts with the Green Bay fucking Packers.
I'm going to be honest, bro.
It's in Chicago, too. It's in Chicago, right?
It's in Chicago.
Oh, my God. I'm thinking, follow me, guys. We're on the bus. We have a dream coming up. I'm thinking like 250 passing yards, 160 rushing yards.
Oh, my God.
3 total touchdowns. A lot of, I'm like that. You know, a lot of screaming and yelling. Then Jordan Love, he might have like a cool 210, 2 TDs.
I'll be honest, bro. If Justin Fields comes out the gate like that,
I would hammer the rushing yards.
Then year 3 breakouts couldn't be more real.
Yeah.
This is going to be a movie.
It's going to be awesome.
You saw Chicago's defense. They talking about they hate Green Bay. Jaquan Brisker was talking like, I don't like them. It's going to be fire. DJ Moore. It's going to be a great game. I'll take the Bears.
Been in the league for 1 year. Talking about I don't like them.
Hey, it's that you get that Chicago and you get that blood in you. Know what I'm saying? I think it'll be a close game, though. I do think it'll be a good-ass game, division game, rivalry game. I'm going to go Chicago, though.
So I'm looking at the injury report for both teams. The Packers, Romeo Dobbs and Christian Watson, both hamstring injuries.
That is not something you want. Hamstring injuries.
They linger.
I say it all the. You never want to start the season with a hamstring injury.
The Bears have some players, but it's not as bad as the other ones. Jaquan Brisker, groin, limited participation. Eddie Jackson, ankle, limited participation. This is a tough game. I mean, listen, if Christian Watson and Romeo Dobbs are playing, I mean, I'm taking the Packers. But with them not playing, with this being a hamstring, I'm kind of under the assumption they're not going to play. And I don't want to get my hopes up and talk them up thinking they're going to play and they don't. I'm taking the Bears here. I think if the Packers don't have their best 2 receivers, they should win this game.
Yeah, this was a hard game before this injury news came out. Now I'm definitely in the Bears. Christian Watson has a pretty lengthy history of injuries. It's unfortunate because he's so explosive when he's on the field. So obviously don't get hurt, but when he does have injuries, it's something that I think he's probably takes a bit longer since he has that injury history. But now without him, potentially without Dobbs, you're relying on Jaden Reed, and Luke Musgrave, and Aaron Jones, who Aaron Jones won the ones, but AJ Dillon, of course, too. I was saying mostly in the passing game.
Gotcha.
But that's tough for Jordan Love, first game, to go on the road and win with those weapons.
Time for him to be a man.
Yeah, if those 2 guys are out, give me Chicago.
I'll tell you what, man. I love a -1+1 line. I love that. Let's basically a pick 'em for the same odds. I'm going with the Bears. I'm going with the Bears for sure. I'm really optimistic on what this Bears offense can be. I'm excited to see what DJ Moore does, especially matching up against Jair Alexander. Probably see him move all over the field for sure. They're trying to. This offense should be catered around DJ Moore. I get it. The versatility of Justin Fields and his ability to rush, but we want to see him progress as a passer this upcoming season. And with DJ Moore, now there's no excuse that he does not have a reliable receiving option by his side. I'm a believer in Darnell Mooney for sure. I like Chase Claypool as a wide receiver 3, but DJ Moore now, there is no excuse with Justin Fields. I'm expecting a great game, not just from Justin Fields, just in general. Talking about this game, this is going to be a really fun one to watch, but this could be a statement by the Bears.
Riff had to go use the bathroom. Last game we talked about was Packers and Bears. We all picked the Bears. Watson and Dobbs aren't playing. That's at least the reason I'm not picking them. I think that's the same reason for maybe you and Dehls as well. Ravens going with the Bears all the way. Justin Fields is going to have a big-time day. Next game.
Wait, do you want to make a little friendly side?
For what, Riff?
He said the Packers could have prime Randy Moss. I'm still taking the Bears.
Facts. But you want to have a little friendly wager with Fields and Jordan Love?
If Watson and Dobbs don't play, I'm not going to make that.
Okay. Yeah. Understand.
Yeah.
You're scared.
Those are the top 2 receivers. I'm counting on Javonte Wicks.
You told me Luke Musgrave was going to be the best tight end in his class.
He's a rookie.
And you also said that he's the best tight end in the division, bro.
Do a Cole Kmet versus Luke Musgrave bet.
You want to do it?
Cole Kmet versus Luke Musgrave?
Fuck it. Let's do it.
I'll take it 100%.
Love to have more yards?
Luke Musgrave, Cole Kmet. Okay, let's go.
Now, you're going to be fucked when you see Cole Kmet get like a 70-yard bomb.
Dolphins at Chargers. Line is 3.
This is the Dolphins.
Game. This is a tough game.
Chargers are favorite.
This is in LA, right?
In LA.
That's not a home game. Let's be real. It's not a home game.
Yeah.
SoFi Stadium. No, for sure. Chargers fans just don't really show out. Miami Dolphins fans are all over the world. They're going to show out absolutely. And Tua's playing with a chip on his shoulder. He doesn't forget what happened last year. He doesn't forget that people say that was one of the worst performances of his career. Because even I, as a Tua Tagovailoa fan, acknowledged that was the worst performance of his NFL career. And even with that, he still threw a 60-yard touchdown in that game. He was right in that game. Poor execution, both on McDaniel and by Tua Tagovailoa, no doubt about it.
Oh,
shit. That's so impressive.
Yeah.
So, absolutely 100%, there's no doubt in my mind. I am going with the Miami Dolphins because they got something to prove, and it's a statement being made early, a team that people are talking about potentially competing for the AFC West division. Get out of here with that noise. Get out of here with that noise because the Dolphins are going in week 1 and laying the boom. That offense is about to put on a virtuoso.
Laying the boom, huh?
I'm excited for it because it's about to be fucking viral.
What do you think, Dehls?
That first, because I went back, I was like, I feel like that Dolphins-Chargers game was closer than I remember.
It was.
Chargers won 23-17.
But it didn't feel like it was close.
It didn't.
Offense couldn't do shit.
It felt like the
did.
Chargers
Mike
were
McDaniel,
dominating.
poor game plan, let's be
was
honest.
10 for 28.
No, Mike McDaniel.
Tua was 10 for 28. Herbert threw the ball. Herbert was 39 of 51 for
No, he was dumb
360
whack.
yards.
He was dumb like that day.
Fucking McDaniel put Tua in a position to fail.
Who was whack? Herbert?
No,
Oh,
bro.
okay.
I picked the Chargers. It was little Tua. Tua was whack. I was gonna call him a little
Tua's
guy.
whack.
No, he was that day. He was
I was
whack
about to
that
say,
day.
bro,
I
you
like
be flip
I like
flopping.
Miami this year, but I'm gonna take
On the
the Chargers
Dolphins?
here.
I'm a Bills guy, bro.
What's the
Like it.
-3?
Lick it.
Yeah.
Like what?
I don't think
points.
that's gonna be on my.
It's
My
too
list.
close of a game to call. You know, that's why I think I don't like it favoring either.
I'm gonna
team.
go with the Dolphins.
Okay.
I do not believe in the Chargers this year. I don't even have them making the playoffs. I don't think I do.
I don't think you do either.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with the Dolphins today.
You know,
Sunday.
The Chargers, very early on, they're facing the Dolphins. They're always at their healthiest early on. The Chargers are.
You can see an ass whooping.
The first game,
Let's see that.
everybody on their secondary was damn near out. Everybody. And they still played as fantastic as they played. I think the Chargers are going to win this game. Kellen Moore, new offensive coordinator. Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, healthy. There's actually a stat out there that Justin Herbert, when Williams and Keenan Allen were on the field together, his EPA would have ranked top 5 in the NFL. So when those guys are healthy, Justin Herbert is going to put on the show. I mean, he beat Miami with Receivers injured, offensive lineman injured, secondary hurt. I think the Chargers win this game.
That silence is fucking hilarious. I thought he was going to rebuttal. That's why.
Now we're locked in.
I really don't give a fuck. Like, I already said what I said. The Dolphins are going to win this game, even though they do have a laundry list of injuries. It's not going to matter because they're playing with a chip on their shoulder. Every single one of those guys on the team, not just Tua, they all played like shit.
The Chargers, too, though, coming from the Jaguars game.
Solid point. Listen, I'm not one to knock
chips.
solid points. Won't say you're wrong, but they're meeting the wrong ones.
Armstead didn't practice there, did he? What was that?
I try to emulate a Dolphin nose.
That shit was trash.
I didn't know what the fuck that was. Bro.
It sounded like a baby dinosaur.
Bro. Yeah, no, that was crazy.
Zari started school today, man.
Oh, yeah?
That's nice, bro.
Good for her. She liked it?
Yeah, she said she did.
That's good.
Met some friends and
Should I? You know what? Talk to you later, man.
no, we're not together.
Got
We are talking. So
Don't get messy, man.
never can.
Never will.
I can't say that, but
I try to give him the utmost confidence there.
we're good.
It's cooked.
Cowboys at Giants, Sunday night football.
The Giants are winning this game.
Oh, it's 3.5.
Set a tempo for the game. 3.5 is perfect.
3.5.
Because I'm taking the Giants there, right there.
3.
Easy money, cash money. But I'm also taking them to win this game. So what does that mean to me? It really doesn't mean anything. The Giants are going – I keep talking about statements because that's when you make your statements week one. Absolutely. The Giants are going to play a team that they lost to twice last year, once with Cooper Rush at quarterback. It's a new day. It's a new day with New York Giants football. Daniel Jones, Darren Waller. I wouldn't even be surprised if I saw Jalen Hyatt catch a touchdown. I wouldn't be. One play. He'll have one catch for 40 yards. It'll be a touchdown. Saquon Barkley will have himself a solid game. I'm hoping to see Saquon Barkley more so in the passing game this year. Obviously, we know what he can do as a rusher. Last year was one of the league's leading rushers in terms of yards total. But we've seen him in the past show capabilities of being a high-end receiving running back. I think his rookie season, he had, 90 catches? But that was also with Peyton Manning at the quarterback, and Daniel Jones really doesn't see the running back all too often. However, I would like to see a more versatile side of Saquon Barkley because I understand that skill set that he has. But a lot of things that I want to see, I'm interested in seeing, I should say. How does Deonte Banks look in his first matchup against the cream of the crop, CeeDee Lamb? That's going to be a matchup I look forward to because Deonte Banks was absolutely lights out in the preseason. I think he didn't even allow a catch. Not one catch in over 35 snaps in the preseason. So how is he going to look? How is his defensive line going to look against this Dallas Cowboys offensive line that probably the weakest that we've seen in Dak's tenure? How is Tyron Smith going to look also? Because when he's on the field, we obviously understand that he's a special talent, but the fact that he struggled with injuries, that's always going to be at the forefront if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan. How's Kayvon Thibodeau going to look in year two? Because he's one of those guys that I'm looking at to have a huge breakout year and solidify himself as one of the league's best defensive linemen as well. You have Dexter Lawrence just signed an extension with the New York Giants. And Leonard Williams. This defensive line should be a force. I would love to see the pressure that it gets on the Dallas Cowboys. And Daniel Jones making a statement week one with Darren Waller and company, showing that they can score against one of the league's best defenses. And coming out with a win to start the season against one of the league's best teams would just put the league on notice that this isn't the same old Giants team.
You're on the clock, by the way.
I'm glad we let him do all that little soliloquy.
I'm not going to lie. I'm with him. I'm with the Giants this week.
You punk-ass bitch. That's what you are. You're a punk-ass bitch. Respect the New York Football Giants. You think that all these boys are just going to bandwagon the Dallas Cowboys? He has respect, integrity.
Why I got to be a bitch?
Morals. Not just a bitch, a punk-ass bitch, because you disrespect Daniel Jones. You disrespect the New York Football Giants. You watch your mouth when you talk about them, because I'm fed up.
He's a fan of the Giants. Nobody that's not a fan doesn't act like this.
He's a fan of the Giants for sure.
He's a cockmuncher.
Giants, Broncos.
That's all you did just now.
3.5 I love. The Cowboys could, of course, I think it's going to be a close game. The Cowboys can win this game. But 3.5, that's going to be for sure one of my picks. But I think the Giants got to make a statement. I think week one, Darren Waller's going to have a big game. They're healthy. Hopefully, Evan Neal, year two, could step it up. But overall, I don't know. I got a feeling the Giants team Monday or no, it's a 4 o'clock. Or no, it's Sunday night game.
Sunday night football, bro.
Sky's high.
Yeah, over here just guessing. I'm taking the Giants though. And plus,
you sure,
plus 3.5.
Okay, you sure you didn't write something else down?
Nope.
Oh my god, that was
3.5.
funny.
Just me and you, Brody.
Nah, listen. Okay, you said this a couple times, and I'm not sure where it stems from. Dak Prescott, this offensive line is in 2016. It might not be 2017, but this offensive line is still a top 10 unit in the league.
Losing Travis Frederick stinks. Obviously, Zach Martin is the best guard in the game. Tyron Smith, when he's healthy, you can never see whether he's on.
Terrence Steele just got a bag.
And Tyler Smith, great. That's the rookie that they drafted last year too.
He's great.
He was
at
solid.
Guard.
He was solid. No, absolutely. But then they're going to force him probably to play left tackle more this season with Jason Peters not returning. So
that's if Tyron Smith gets hurt.
Absolutely. Yeah. You know what? Let me not think that way, of course, because we understand that he's a special talent. We want him on the field.
Like I think the offensive line is great. I do. I think
when it's healthy, I understand what you're saying.
Even when it wasn't healthy, they were one of the better units. They weren't a liability. Mm-hmm. You know, Dak's not getting pressured.
All I'm saying, right. This is the worst line that he's had. That's what I've said repeatedly.
I think it's around middle of the pack. I think 2018, 2019, I think were worse lines.
Was that the year that which year did he get hurt? Was that 2019 or
2020 he got hurt? If it's not 2020, it's 2020. No, yeah, it is 2020. It is 2020. Listen, I think the Giants,
because they won a playoff game that year,
can make this close.
One of those 2 years.
Yeah, I think the Giants can make this close. They're a well-coached team. They were one of the better teams against the spread in the NFL. And the points, I understand why you took it, Dehls. It is intriguing, 3.5. Usually these division games end in field goals, and it's Sunday Night Football. Sunday Night Football, first game of the season. The juices are flowing, and these games are close. I don't want to bet on the points, though. I think for me it's a little bit too risky, even with the going the Giants' way. I'm going to go with the Cowboys, though, straight up. I like the Cowboys straight up in this game. I think they are a better team. Dak Prescott has had his way against the NFC East throughout his entire career, and all around, they're just a better team to me, and I think Dak Prescott's going to play well.
Interesting. So you won't go Giants over Cowboys because you think Dallas is just a better team.
Talk to him, Riff.
You would go New England over Philly.
I think the Patriots are better than the Giants.
It just screams
it's not about that. But you would go New England
over
Philly because it's not about the better team.
New England's better than the Giants?
They are. They might not have a better record. Their schedule's the toughest in the NFL.
Whose offense will be better?
The Giants should be better.
Should the Giants' defense not be at least solid or
it's not going to be like
year?
the
New
Patriots,
England's could be great.
Yeah, like the Patriots are top 10, like defense in my opinion. They will be a top 10
I understand
defense.
what you're saying. They were
the Giants, if anything,
going
to have an average defense. You know,
it just
might not be
agenda.
horrible. It's going to be.
I'll tell you what, if they're an average defense, I'm geeked.
No, I mean it's not agenda. I literally said the Giants. This game could be really.
No,
close.
it is an agenda.
This game could be really.
It's
close.
an agenda
because you picked Dallas because they're the better team.
Hey, listen, I'm a man who lives on agendas.
We all do. Except Dehls.
Admit it that it's an agenda, and it's cool.
No, I just don't feel good about the Giants upsetting the
Cowboys.
The Patriots. I never have argued with the Patriots. There's only one NBA.
Talking about the Patriots in Philly.
No, when it comes, NFL is only like a few. He's talking about the Giants and the Cowboys.
No, he's talking about. Are you talking? Are you talking? He's saying you're saying that it's agenda based. Are you talking about Philly and New England? And
he has both. He has two agendas.
I don't disagree.
He has two agendas.
That's what he's saying. Yeah. Ultimately, I don't trust the Giants.
But you trust New England
to beat the Cowboys. I just think the Cowboys will win.
Okay. So talk about Philly and New England because that's agenda based.
Oh, that game's going to be close.
Is that agenda based?
That's my upset. That's my upset.
Just level with me. It's
agenda based. I got him.
It's not agenda based.
It is.
It's just how I feel.
Joel, you're Mr. Agenda.
It's how I feel. It's my gut. It's
my
gut feeling.
Your gut feeling.
You're literally Mr. Agenda.
So wait. So Dallas beats the Giants for you because they're just the better team. But the Philly is not going to be New England
because they're just not the better team.
They can. I'm not going to pick them.
I'm telling you, I got him. I called him.
Where did you have the Giants in your power rankings?
18, 19,
Where
20
you have the
range.
Patriots?
18, 19, 20. They're all in the same bucket of range. I had neither of them top 15.
Well, to be fair, I have the Cowboys winning the NFC this year. I mean, I have them winning the NFC East too.
You're just helping.
Because I tell you what, bro, if it comes out,
14
comes out week
13?
1,
this is a
and
great
they lose to the New York Football Giants,
great
not a good start.
This
it's
is
going to be a
great
terrible
all-around
start
team.
to that agenda.
I think just like the Cowboys and Eagles, these are two great all-around teams.
You just openly admitted that it fits your agenda. You just said
but I think
you
the
have
Cowboys are a better team. I think they have a far better defense than the Eagles. I do. The Cowboys defense is going to be.
How many divisional games are the Cowboys losing this year?
Two.
I'm asking him.
To the Giants and to the Eagles.
He might have one.
So they're going to lose at home later.
No, he has them winning right now. Oh,
no, I know.
The Giants are home.
So Dallas, So Dallas will win at home.
It's 1 or 2.
Correct.
What? The
Cooper Rush last year beat the Giants.
Yeah, but he has the Giants winning right now.
No, I'm talking about him.
Oh,
yeah.
I got the Cowboys winning this game. I think they split with the Eagles regardless.
And then they beat everyone else.
I don't think the Commanders and the Giants, to me, the Giants coaching far outweighs the Commanders.
100%.
But give Brian Dable that Commanders roster, I think the Commanders top to bottom have more talent than the Giants. The Giants are just so much better coached. I don't think it's a question between Ron Rivera and Brian Dable.
I'm sorry, Daniel Jones is just definitely the better quarterback of the two teams.
So Sam Howell's gonna be one of the worst starting quarterbacks in the league.
He definitely could be.
You got a Sam Howell agenda.
I do believe that, but that also
so you got
that's
agenda
a lot
for
of
basically saying
one of the
Daniel
worst
Jones
starters.
but there's so many good quarterbacks.
No, Daniel Jones is average. He's average.
Daniel Jones is a top 15 quarterback at worst.
Daniel Jones is average.
So why'd you say?
How is he average?
He means like averaging the
How many
rankings,
people
right?
can run the way that he does at quarterback? That automatically makes him irregular.
Quarterbacks run or pass?
Irregular is hilarious.
Yeah, regular is crazy.
Yo, that's a funny way to put it.
You know, it's like
He's
7, 8 quarterbacks that can do that.
Because he
now,
rushes
right?
Only
for
7 and
700
8?
yards, 800 yards.
It's grown every year.
There's
How many
only
quarterbacks
7 and
in
8.
Daniel
7 and
Jones
8.
pass
How many people
better?
rush for 700? A few.
Rush for 7 as quarterbacks?
Yeah, a few. Yeah,
Like he's a better
that's
passer than
possible.
Jared Goff. Easy.
I
Because I hit him with facts. He wasn't ready
I don't
for that
know.
one.
They not feeling
Jared
that.
Nah, it
Goff.
wasn't
Jared
facts, it
Goff
was a
has a couple
statement. That was
really
your
elite
opinion.
years.
And I know that you
Like
feel
Daniel
that
Jones
one.
only
You
had
didn't hit me
15
with no
passing
facts.
touchdowns.
I know you feel with it. I know you
50
feel
what?
that one.
He had 15 passing touchdowns. Daniel
Daniel.
Jones.
Oh, this guy
He's not,
stinks.
Jared
The
Goff has a
fuck?
couple stupid elite years
15?
that I don't think Daniel Jones could. Like I don't think Daniel Jones put up that year
You heard
Goff
what you
did
just said?
in LA.
You just said he hit me
Mama.
with facts by saying Daniel Jones is a better
I don't-
passer.
I
than
hit you
Jared
with the
Goff.
perfect quarterback that you don't love.
Jared Goff is a better passer than Daniel Jones.
He isn't.
Why did he
Yes,
only
he
have
is.
15 touchdowns?
He isn't. Because there's nobody to
Like,
throw to.
Goff had back-to-back years of
Hold
4,700
on.
yards, 22
Well,
touchdowns, 32
trying to
touchdowns.
think. No, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
There's nobody to
think he-
throw to.
I don't think he has that type of passing upside where he could damn near get
Daniel
to 5K.
Jones locks throws over 25 touchdowns this year. Locked.
Okay.
because he has Darren Waller now.
Correct. And Sterling
Goff-
Shepard's healthy.
Goff does that damn near every year. 28, 32,
Sean
29,
Merchant
22,
and
20.
Johnson Merchant.
It's got like
Agreed.
half his career. Huh? Sean, what is that?
Brian Dable
Just being a prick. Hey, 24 touchdowns his rookie season.
That's fire.
But all they do is talk about the turnovers.
how many do you have?
It was
lot.
bad.
Get
Like
20,
over
didn't he?
20.
Okay, see, come on. He's like Jameis fucking Winston. I also have Dallas winning, and I don't want them to win at all. So I might. As a matter of fact, I'm picking the Giants to win.
You're picking the Giants.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going upset alert. I want the
Nice.
Giants to win. I will be rooting for them night and day with my body. I'll streak if they win. That's how bad I want them to win, man. So
Now that's nice.
yeah, I need the Giants.
Listen,
to win.
I love these pick'ems. It's gonna make for some great content.
We got one more.
Show after, really. We do got one more. It's
Here
the
we go.
Bills at the Jets. Line is 2.5.
Bills at the Jets.
Biggest game of the year.
I want to talk to my Jet fans right here. I am hoping for the best for you guys this season. I told you, I think that you guys will be the last team that makes the playoffs for me. That's just the way that I see it.
Thanks. That means a lot.
I have my concerns. I've already mentioned to you guys ad nauseum that this offensive line scares me.
Jets, man.
The fact that your wide receiver 2 is a guy that Aaron Rodgers sure has a history with. I don't know if he loves him. I don't know if he really cherishes him as a wide receiver.
Him and Lazard, the boys.
I'm sure that he could probably do
They
without
just
him
went to the U.S. Open together.
Yeah.
That's actually
in
fire.
terms of football talent, because the fact that a playoff game occurred, and you know what, maybe I could be ignorant. I'm not even sure if Alan Lazard off the top of my head played in that game, but the fact that Alan Lazard was not targeted or anyone else wasn't targeted that wasn't Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones
I understand it.
in that game, there's a lack of trust there if you're talking to me.
Aaron Rodgers is a new man. That's not the same Aaron Rodgers we saw a couple years ago. It's not the same man. I don't know what to tell you.
Bro.
Does he not have new energy now? Does he not look more
Yeah,
loose?
he looks loose. He looks happier.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
he
like
looks like he's out of a depressed situation.
that's what I'm saying.
Looks like a good guy.
So I don't think he's gonna get into those negative moods he did.
So to finish off my statement,
Come on, no.
I don't know where he's going with this.
Who, Joel?
I'm not going
What do you mean
anywhere.
by that?
Are you saying that the other guys outside of Garrett stink?
No, definitely.
Oh, okay.
I
great,
definitely
but-
don't love your wide receiver 2 option. That's
Cole
why
Hardman is better than any third option Aaron Rodgers had in those MVP years
MVS,
as a receiver.
McColl's at number 3.
MVS is definitely
that's why I
better
said
than
number 3.
McColl.
I think it's really, really, really close.
I don't know, bro. MVS was able to be.
Now the receiver room is definitely shallow. They need to bring in another body. That's why they're working out Kenny Galladay and Jeff Smith was back for a workout. He was on the team a couple years ago.
So let me ask you guys. You guys currently have. Do you guys have money to spend right now? Like the fact that Mike Evans is available.
We'd be able to make that. They'd be able to make it work.
Okay, so that's one of those that I'm also looking. I think Garrett Wilson is going to be a superstar this season. No doubt about that.
You're picking the Bills to win this game.
I'm picking the Bills.
That's where I was trying to get at. He never got to that.
Because I'm trying to have a conversation, man.
Oh, you were starting to get into the other, like Allen Lazard and shit like that.
Well, for the fact of that's their wide receiver 2, bud.
I hate that for them.
I do too.
I mean, if Garrett is offensive player of the year.
But Garrett Wilson is so good that, you don't really think about it. I'm praying for Breece Hall. I'm praying that he gets to 100% health this season because obviously he's a difference maker. He will aid the lack thereof wide receiver 2 because he has those abilities as a pass catcher at the running back position. No doubt. And Dalvin Cook also. So there is options there for Aaron Rodgers, who's not afraid to check the ball down at all because he always is about positive plays. But the offensive lines are concerned. The defense is amazing. I just think that week 1, it'll be tough to edge out a victory against a team that continuity is all they've known these last couple of seasons. Although Von Miller will not be suiting up, I just think that the Jets will be able to come away with
Christian Bedford got moved up to CB2.
The Jets won't be. You got the Jets or Bills?
No, I have the Bills.
Okay.
I'm nervous as fuck. I'll be honest. I've been back and forth. I don't know who to pick. The Jets.
Come on, man.
They have all eyes are on them. They're home. They have to set a statement extremely, extremely early. And for the Bills, all offseason feels like people have been kind of putting them down, forgetting about them, not giving them their flowers. So it's kind of a tale of two halves. I'm going to pick the Bills, though. I do think Josh Allen comes out with a statement. He finished the year rough in the playoffs, and then towards the end of the year, just making bonehead decisions, not being the Josh Allen we know him to be. I think this defense is a little banged up without Von Miller, but, Tre'Davious White, full offseason to recover. Their cornerbacks are all right. Defense should be okay. Offensively, they still don't have that number 2 solidified guy. Gabe Davis is more of a number 3, but you got Diggs, you got Allen. We expect the James Cook breakout year. I think this is a team that can still be a top 5 offense. So I'm going to go Buffalo in a really nasty, ugly-ass game between the Bills and the Jets.
It's going to be a tough, grinded-out game.
Don't disagree at all.
The New York Jets are going to win this football game. Robert Saleh.
Is there any ever doubt?
Robert Saleh talked about it in Hard Knocks. Fuck playing hard.
Nah, that shit was awesome. So fucking hard.
It was awesome.
I would have ran out there.
Said fuck playing hard. People are hating on us now, and I agree 100%. I think we got to set a statement early, and we got to tell the entire world that we're not the Broncos of last season. Our quarterback isn't washed like that. It's never that
easy.
fraud was last
A
season.
nice conversation.
Now Drew over here trying to talk about the Jets, trying to console us. Listen,
I said y'all were a playoff team.
Listen, we know the Jets are gonna be nice. We don't need none of that negative energy, Drew. I don't want to hear worst case scenario.
Let me ask you
the Jets.
Look at that.
Worst case.
Just being okay with it.
I wasn't being negative. I wasn't.
Because you know what? I'm looking at the Bills, and yes, the Bills, they have a good team. Josh Allen, when healthy, is going to be an MVP candidate. There's no doubt. Trey White has the reputation of being a top-flight corner.
He's got one more year to prove it.
He is not that. Last year was rough. Maybe he's turned it around this offseason. He looks different. He's back to his Pro Bowl ways. I doubt it. I think Garrett Wilson is going to get his way against Trey White.
Do whatever he wants.
I think Garrett Wilson.
Do whatever he wants.
That was unnecessary.
Garrett Wilson.
All you have to do is say that Garrett Wilson with dog.
Garrett Wilson is going for 100 yards. He's gonna have a touchdown in this game. Lazard, he's a fine blocking wide receiver. We don't need him for no more than 607 yards receiving this season. That's more than doable. Listen, long term, do I want a wide receiver? Yes. I want Mike Evans. I want Devontae Adams. I want them both if we can get them both.
Oh, my God.
I want that for Aaron Rodgers. Jesus. But ultimately, with our defense, we will be in every single game.
Sure.
And Aaron Rodgers having the possession last more often times than not, he's coming clutch. Maybe those playoff numbers sometimes skew people's reality of Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers in a regular season, he comes out on top. This is going to be a great game. I got the Jets at home.
Did he clutch it against the Lions last year?
You know who did clutch it against the Lions? Josh fucking Allen. Threw a 50-yard bomb between two people. Diggs caught it. They won the game.
Good for Josh Allen.
Aaron Rodgers to me.
Remember last year when, Josh Allen lost to the Zach Wilson and Breece Hall-less
No, I remember them
Jets.
winning 13 games, though.
Oh, good. Well, when they played the Jets, this is week 1. This is matchup versus matchup. Doesn't matter what happened last year. It's a different team.
Yeah, you got a new quarterback.
And I feel like
a great quarterback.
Yeah, we have a major advantage.
Cool. You have the second best quarterback in the division.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Josh Allen is a magician.
One man wrecking
He's
crew.
great.
Do they have the second best quarterback in the division?
Please stop.
I'm just trying
I think
to
Mac
ask
Jones is too.
Mac Jones.
Now listen,
He's
I think
4.
the Jets, where they really have the big time advantage, is in the trenches.
I agree.
Our defensive line can dominate that Bills offensive line. I think we can. Quinnen Williams, he gets better every single year. Last year, he was an All-Pro.
That dude
Quinnen,
is awesome.
The way I talk about
Such a
Chris
good
Jones,
He really is.
I might talk about Quinnen Williams the way I talk about Chris Jones after this season. Quinnen Williams could be the best interior defensive lineman in the
How many
NFL.
sacks this year? Over under
10
14
plus.
and a half.
Yeah.
14 and a half.
Over under
10
14
plus
and a
was
half.
such a low
Under.
number. You
Did he
said.
have 15 last year?
I was going to say, bro, he's
He had
10
15
plus.
last year.
I think he had 15.
Listen, the only reason why I say under is because
Wasn't he also first team? Was he first team all
He
pro?
was.
the way we rotate defensive linemen, that's
Yeah,
why
12.
I say under. We rotate defensive linemen a lot to keep them fresh. That's why I say under.
Okay.
But if he's playing like 80% of snaps, then yeah, he's getting over 50.
14 and a half, I felt like that was a great line. What do you think, Joel?
Over. The fuck? It's
respect
DPOY
him.
type.
He can have
DPOY
that type
type,
of
yeah.
year.
I'm going to be honest, bro. I think I'm going over. I think he
He's
really
a
would be a
stud.
force.
He
I'm
can have that type
excited.
of year.
I'm really excited to see Jermaine Johnson out there. I want to see what he did in camp translate. I'm excited to see Will McDonald out there. The offense, like you said, Joel, the defense is going to be the reason we're in a lot of these games. The offense is going to what could take us from being a 9-10 win team to this is an actual Super Bowl contender. If the offense is able to keep up with the defense and Rodgers is MVP type Rodgers, then that's where the Jets become in that conversation with the Chiefs, even with the Bills, with the Bengals. But I don't know if that's going to start week one, the offense, but I think they'll be able to do enough. And I think defensively, we're going to lock the fuck down and win a calm like 21-13 maybe. That's what I'm thinking.
21-13.
You're going to be talking about that Rodgers and Hackett duo.
You think Josh Allen's going to score 13 points?
I don't know about that.
13 is fake crazy.
Low scoring.
When you guys beat him, was he coming off the injury or that was before?
That was the game he got hurt.
That was the game he got hurt in that game?
Yeah.
You
I
guys
would
have
say
such bad fucking luck.
I see like a 27-23. 27-23.
I can see it. 21-20.
Maybe
It'll be a solid game.
maybe a 21. I think more.
Over
21-17.
Last year was
Over-
2017
Over under
2017?
1.5.
That was the which one?
against
Which
the
game?
Jets at home at
First one?
MetLife.
That was the first one to
Yeah,
say.
second one you guys won 17-20. So it's always low scoring.
Over under 1.5 holding calls on Sauce Gardner.
Under. He's the best corner in the game. Like who the fuck cares?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Like who the fuck cares?
Diggs is one of them ones, so it's gonna be another good one.
Didn't Diggs get his on Sauce Gardner?
I think
last season?
one game he did. It wasn't both. But one game, Allen was really bad.
I remember it being a disgusting route.
Diggs caught him
Sauce
on a route.
crazy.
Caught him on a route. It was really nasty. But Diggs is an elite route runner.
The first game Diggs had 5 catches for 93 yards.
That's firm. Very firm. That's very firm.
Let's see. The second game.
I think the second one was when Sauce got in him. Got in his blood.
Got in him?
Yeah, got it.
3 for 37. Second
Okay,
game.
that's fine.
That's the second
That's
one.
very
As well. So they
He
won it
got
one right
his
now.
guy
They won it
back.
one
He
right
got
now.
his
They won it
guy
right
back.
now.
Yeah.
So we got lock in.
We don't even got to look at the Tyreek numbers. We don't even gotta look at the Tyreek numbers.
He locks Tyree. Yeah, he did actually.
Tua
He was
didn't
there.
play in
Nah, they didn't
either
play.
game.
I know.
I don't care.
What do you mean?
Not moved.
Tyreek was pushing him and shit at the end. He was getting tight.
Yeah, he was getting
Yeah,
tight.
wait till he gets a real quarterback to play against Sauce.
Tua.
Where they gonna find out at the draft?
Oh my God.
You saw it. Was it Dez who said Caleb to Miami? You saw him tweet that?
He's
That's right.
starting some problematic shit for. It's not happening. They already signed Tua on to the 5th year.
Really?
Yeah.
Extension. When that kick in though.
Yeah. Once
Is
Tua
Caleb better than Tua? Answer yes or no. Don't give me no bullshit answer.
The hype is that he will be.
No. Yes or no.
I don't know. He's a fucking college player. I'm not going to answer that yet. He
Is
definitely
it?
has the potential to be.
Okay.
Right.
Like easily?
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's doing it because it's Tua. If I would have asked anybody else, he probably would have said
I even said, I'm being real. Caleb
or
Williams
Ryan
is OD.
Tannehill?
What do you mean, Caleb?
See, got him. Got him.
What do you mean, Ryan Tannehill? Who cares about him?
Hey, that's rude.
At this point in time, really, who cares about him?
He's a good player.
He is.
That's rude.
I don't feel bad.
Ryan Tannehill has a better career than Tua.
What we need is Ryan Tannehill to be on that quarterback one documentary, and Drew's gonna be up here talking about Ryan Tannehill is underrated.
I've never disrespected Ryan Tannehill.
Well, you just did. Said who cares about him?
No, really.
Who cares about him is nuts.
Obviously, his family loves him.
Fucking nuts. Who cares about him?
Okay, so let's read off who we got for these games, and let's talk about our lines, upset picks, or just spread picks that we're doing. So Lions at Chiefs. Who we going straight up?
I'm going Lions.
Chiefs.
I'm going Chiefs. Bengals at Browns.
Browns.
Going with the Bengals.
I got the
Bengals. I'm sure.
This guy's a fuck up.
Texans at Ravens.
Ravens sweep.
Ravens.
Bucks at Vikings.
Vikings.
I'm going with the Vikings.
I got the Vikings too. Panthers at Falcons.
Falcons.
I have the Falcons.
I got the Falcons in this game.
I'm going with the Falcons as well.
Cardinals at Commanders.
Commanders.
I got Commanders.
Going with the Commanders.
Jaguars at Colts.
Jaguars.
Jags.
Going with the Jags.
Niners at Steelers.
Niners
for sure.
I got the Steelers in this one.
Steelers.
Yeah. Titans at Saints.
Titans.
I'm going with the Titans.
Saints.
I got the Saints.
Oh man, we're locked in. Me and this guy.
Raiders at Broncos.
Broncos
country. Let's fucking ride.
Broncos. Eagles at Patriots.
Eagles. I want you to speak like after everybody so everybody can get your pick.
Very easily the Eagles.
I got the Patriots in this pick.
The
New England
Patriots.
This
is where you lose me. I was on board with the Saints. On board with the Steelers.
Rams at Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Going with the Seahawks.
Got the Seahawks. Dolphins at Chargers.
Dolphins.
Got the Chargers. Packers at Bears.
Bears.
Going with Chicago.
We all got the Bears.
Oh, fuck.
Cowboys at Giants.
Giants.
Those New York football Giants.
I got the Cowboys. Bills at Jets.
Buffalo.
Jets.
Definitely going with Buffalo.
I got the Jets.
You're taking the Giants?
Yeah, I switched.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
I switched.
Oh,
I
shit.
said, fuck Dallas. No, this is 1,000%
You
agenda.
pick George Kittle.
No.
Okay, now let's get on to spreads. Drew, what do you like spread-wise?
So the spread that I like a lot, I do like the Giants at plus 3.5. This is going to be a close game in my opinion. The fact that they are giving them that over the field goal range, I do always love that. I am going to go with, which other ones do I love?
I got mine if you want a second.
Nah, it's okay. I'm going with Detroit plus 4.5. I think that obviously this is going to be a very high scoring game, but I think that Detroit keeps it close. Sure, the Lions probably could lose by a field goal, but I think that regardless of that fact, I think the Lions are going to be the ones that come out on top, especially without Travis Kelce. I get it. Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. He's going to play out of his mind regardless. I'm accounting for that. I just know that with Chris Jones most likely not playing, also with the fact of Detroit being one of the best defenses, one of the best offenses in the league, will be one of the best offenses in the league. That's going to be great to see. And the last one I'm going to go with, I'm feeling the Falcons at minus, I believe it's minus 4.5, correct?
Minus 3.5.
Minus 3.5. I mean, Carolina's offense is going to struggle to put up points just because of the lack there of personnel. Maybe with the opportunity of Miles Sanders now being there, he's going to get a ton of volume. He will probably be the focal point of that offense for this upcoming Sunday. But regardless, the Falcons should be able to put up points. Bijan Robinson should be able to put up a show. And I'm really looking forward to see how Drake London, Kyle Pitts fit in this offense with Desmond Ridder at quarterback. There's been some hype in Atlanta Falcons camp, especially in those locker rooms, talking about Desmond Ridder and what he can do. I'm very interested to see how he's able to carry both Drake London and Kyle Pitts because there's a ton of expectation on both those guys' name because we understand the talent that they are. But regardless, they should put up points.
How many you got?
I have 4. I'm thinking about adding a 5th one.
Okay, I got my 3. Okay. All underdogs. First one, Steelers, plus 2.5. The 49ers vibes, I know they got Bosa back, but just not sitting right with me. I think the Steelers defense is going to get after Purdy on that right side of the offensive line. But overall, I think the Steelers, maybe they don't even win this game, but getting 2.5 points at home, I think that's how close it'll be. I also have the Giants plus 3.5. just another vibe, man. Just another vibe I'm going with. I think Dallas and the Giants split. Giants take the first one at home, and then later on in the year, Dallas gets theirs at home. But I don't think Dallas is going to go week 1 into MetLife. I know how crazy that stadium is going to get. The Giants have really not been talked about at all this offseason in terms of you have the Jets getting all of the hype because, of course, they get Aaron Rodgers. The Giants are just there kind of, in the shadows, just kind of waiting for week 1, right? So I think they're locked in, going to beat Dallas. And the last one, New York Jets. Plus 2.5.
I didn't know
I think we win. I think we win straight up against Buffalo.
I thought you guys were favored. You guys aren't favored.
The Jets?
2.5.
Yeah,
you guys are home. I thought you would be favored.
So these are my spreads of the week. Steelers plus 2.5. I love this line. I think that defense is going to be a lot for Brock Purdy to handle. I think he could throw an interception, maybe multiple in this game. Steelers at 2.5. I like that a lot.
He doesn't make many bad plays.
All right.
Fuck you giggle for?
Patriots plus 4.
I don't know why you giggled, because that obviously wasn't a bad statement, especially with Christian McCaffrey.
Evil.
No, I mean you look at the box score, yeah, but then you look.
I watched the game.
He makes a lot of bad plays that are gonna get
a lot of bad plays.
He does.
He literally had one game where he made quote unquote bad plays, and they still won the game.
What was that one game
against the Cowboys?
Did he not make bad plays versus Seattle? He had a lot of interceptable passes.
So this
he threw for over 300 yards. Over 300.
Patrick Mahomes leads the league in dropped interceptions.
Right, you're right. Well, that was only 1 year, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That was only 1 year.
Yeah, and that's embarrassing.
Brock Purdy. We're gonna see Steelers week 1. Let's see if you keep that same energy.
My energy always the same, man. I never fold.
Keep that same energy. Patriots plus 4. That's another spread I'm going with. I think this game is gonna be close. Eagles coming off a Super Bowl loss. History has shown that losers of the Super Bowl tend to have sometimes hangovers. I think this team is far too talented not to overcome that. But week 1 against the Patriots, Bill Belichick designed the game plan. I think it will be close. And then Falcons, minus 3.5. I think they're a better team than the Panthers. They're more well coached. Frank Reich in week 1 struggles. I'm taking the points on the Falcons here. And I didn't add the Jets in, but, I'm going with the Jets straight up. But I don't need to add that in here. I'm just going to go with my top 3. I thought about the Bucs, but then I thought it's Baker Mayfield. I'm not going to.
Baker's your guy, though.
You being a Baker guy is crazy.
No, he definitely deserves his respect for what he did in Cleveland.
Do you have what do you got?
Sam Howell has a similar play style to Baker. You know that, right?
How?
And you love Sam Howell.
How does he have a similar play style?
They both have similar pocket movement. Undersized. They have similar arms.
Do they?
They really
imagine that though.
They play
number 1 overall pick having a similar arm to that of a 5th
You're
rounder.
on the clock, bro.
I know. I just have to have a conversation with this bozo.
They play alike. Don't they not play alike?
I kind of see the similarities.
That's a good take, bro. I'm happy for you,
bro.
Baker,
Baker is one of the most inaccurate quarterbacks in the league.
You love Baker, but Prime Baker was good.
65% completion percentage.
Around that probably.
What's Sam Howell gonna be? He's not gonna be no 70.
If he's 65% at the 5th round pick,
I think he'll be like 62% from the completion percentage.
Baker's highest was 63%.
Yeah. All right, my go.
Yes, go.
I am hammering the Eagles minus 4. This is no question.
Yeah, fly Eagles, fly.
This is no question in my mind. I think they'll win by double digits.
This your dangerous parlay?
No, this ain't dangerous.
Okay,
this ain't dangerous. This is too easy. I think they'll at least win by a touchdown. I just think the Eagles are too dominant offensively to be able to get their way. Defensively, I don't like. Offensively, I don't see how the Patriots will be able to move up the field. Another one is Browns plus 2.5. If you believe in Deshaun Watson, if you believe in the weapons they got in Elijah Moore, DPJ was really good last year. Amari Cooper is still a really good number 1. You believe in this defense, Myles Garrett, and what they brought in the offseason. You should expect this team to come in and win that game at home. This is a home game. This is not a game in Cincinnati. This is a first game in Cleveland. You believe in Deshaun. You take the plus 2.5. And then my third one was Seattle, minus 5.5. I think they win by a touchdown, maybe even more. I think Seattle is a much better team than the Rams. No Cooper Kupp. This offense is going to be able to score in bunches and score a lot of points. JSN, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. Like, this team is going to be able to score a lot of points. And I think this is probably one of the games that are definitely a blowout. So those are my 3.
Don't be scared of the Ravens minus 10. Don't be. The Texans are not a good team.
They're not going to score.
The Ravens love to beat up on teams.
And week 1, too. They love to do that. Miami, what was that final? They scored with 35.
I don't want to talk about it.
That was in Miami.
That was before I was a fan.
That was in Miami.
It was in Miami.
It was mad hot that day.
I just can't believe Minka really said, yeah, get me out of here.
Well, you went to a better team.
No. Hindsight, he should have stayed.
With the Dolphins?
Yeah.
I guess. I mean,
took a while. Took like
didn't he go
seasons.
undefeated?
So, proper preparation.
Wasn't
poor
Minko on the
performance.
team that went undefeated for like 12 weeks?
The Steelers team, you're saying?
He might have been.
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah,
And
he
they were
was.
first round exit.
It doesn't
They
matter.
were. They were the
your
most
first round exit.
fraudulent 11-0,
Two didn't
12-0
play.
of all time, though.
That's the fucking problem.
They were so
go
fucking
to
mid,
hell.
12-0.
They were going to lose regardless. Let's be honest.
Yeah, for
They
sure.
almost won with Skylar Thompson.
Josh.
That was
he
so
I
much.
can't believe that was one of the
garbage
most
time.
He was
insane
trolling.
games I've ever
And
seen
then
in my
Josh
life.
Allen looked like shit against the Bengals.
And he looks like shit against the Jets.
Yeah, well, Tua looked like shit against the Chargers. Tua looked like shit against the Niners, and Tua didn't make the playoffs because he got hurt. And you had Skylar Thompson.
Yeah, I'm
playing.
glad that you're bringing up his concussions. Really great. Awesome.
Such a
Sorry,
good guy, Riff.
it is what it is. You know, they came from my guy. You know what I'm saying? Play.
That's why we don't mention the Packers game on here.
I didn't even say the Packers game. I said the Niners game. We play like shit, and then the Chargers game, which was
Listen,
an hour.
You
this-
didn't pick the
is-
Bears.
this
Did
is-
you pick the Bears? And you're in this.
Of course.
Okay, my
No, I
bad.
didn't pick him as my.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Listen,
no.
if you
It's
didn't
only
hear,
a +1 -1.
if you didn't hear when it comes to Tua, whenever he plays bad, it's because he had a concussion suffered like 8 weeks
we
ago.
have to
If he
beat
plays
around
good,
the bush. Yeah.
It's because it's
We have
he was
to,
good.
tiptoe around
Yeah,
Tua
yeah.
because he
But
had a concussion.
wasn't
3.
that first game against the Steelers off the concussion?
a couple. That was like 7.
Didn't he have a concussion
7
against the
weeks off
Bills
that.
the first time? I feel like he was wobbling in that game.
Undiagnosed. That was the one that sent him out.
Yeah.
No, it was that. Then the Bengals.
Then they came
game.
back in. Yeah,
That was off like 5-6 weeks.
he might have had
Versus
4.
The game against the Steelers?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because the Bengals one happened week
No,
3, week 4.
the Niners and let's see, because I can
That
look at it
Bengals
right
game
now.
was vibes. I hate that he went out.
Yeah, that shit hurt because he started the game off perfect. Did throw that INT, unfortunately.
Was
it
It was a
because of
terrible.
the
It was a
concussion, or he
terrible
just-
ball.
Terrible read.
The game against Pittsburgh was his first game back. Yes, he missed the game against Minnesota.
Did he have a
Okay,
great game?
what I'm
against
saying is-
Pittsburgh.
Against Pittsburgh, he was fine. 261 and a touchdown.
They won that game.
Yeah, he was 21 of 35.
There was like 4 interceptions dropped.
You would remember that.
Is that not facts? Am I?
Which game is this?
Nah,
Versus
there
Steelers.
was a few. There
Yeah.
was a few.
There was like 4.
No, you
interceptions
remembering
dropped.
that is hilarious.
No, yeah, I remember it. Yeah, of course I remember it.
Of course I
Oh
remember.
man. Okay, so that's gonna do it for week 1 pick'em. Every single week on Patreon, we'll be doing these picks straight up. Some spreads in there. Got to give you guys a betting content so you guys can use this.
How long was this episode? This is probably
This
the
is
longest
a minute,
Patreon
I'm not
episode
gonna
we
lie.
ever given.
Nah, it's
It's like an hour, 20, 30 minutes. Yep.
Oh, shit.
Maybe the Matt Ryan debate was the longest Patreon episode, but honestly, this one was pretty damn long.
This one is long. Pick 'em.
Can you
Week
believe
1.
we gave that as a Patreon episode?
Yeah, that was great content.
We
Definitely-
definitely gotta clip this and put it in the episode.
What should we clip from here? Should we clip the Eagles Patriots thing?
Sure.
I think that's
Yeah.
the most animated we got.
Yeah, I
on this
think so.
show.
I think so.
All right, that's gonna do it for the Patreon. We'll see you guys next week with Pick'em Week 2.